What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gravity the Beast. Welcome back to the Big Cap. No bullshit, just conversations about passions, philosophies, and perspective. So I got the homies here with me today. Got a
Real nigga Twan, co-host.
You
We
already
switched it
know.
up. We switched it up this time.
real shit, but we got two special guests today.
It's OG, your mother's boyfriend.
Right.
Damn.
AKA Snowman,
Uh-huh.
West Philly Snow, you know.
All right. So our topic today is something that we're probably going to touch on again in another point in time because I feel like you can't truly answer this as a man, but this is more like a curiosity and a compare and contrast based on a male perspective. So I ask, do women experience post-nut clarity? Now, to explain, based on my perspective, what I believe post-nut clarity is, it's when a man who is aroused or has a bunch of pent-up sexual tension within himself, he is more likely to have sex with a person that is less than what they would normally consider attractive. And they do so out of a urge to get that need, that release, whatever, handled. Now, after you get your nut, after you orgasm, you do what you do, you look at that person, and maybe if you have no knowledge of who this person is, maybe you have no relationship, no real attraction to this person, you might look at them and think, damn, what the hell did I just do? Why did I do that? God damn, that was nasty. I shouldn't have been there. I shouldn't have did that. And I feel like most men might deal with that because of how our nature is. Like we tend to be more logical than emotional, but then within that's more like chemical, physical reactions where our logical brains come back in after that nut, where it's like, damn, probably shouldn't have done that. Where
I was fucking up.
yeah, you just fucking up. But on the flip side, right? And at least based on my perspective and based on a lot of other people's perspectives, you could look into it studies wise. Women tend not to be able to have sex and have sexual relations without some type of emotional connection that is involved, right? So when a woman decides to have sex with you, it tends to be because she's into you for whatever particular reason. She's attracted to you for whatever she saw. Maybe it could do with how she felt in that moment, right? But a lot of the times, if a woman has post-nut clarity, it's not really, well, at least me, I can't speak on it for women, but based off of observing it, it seems that most of the time it's more like either a sense of regret or a way to justify it. Whereas a man could be like, damn, I shouldn't have done that, but I did what I did. So I'll say, I don't know if women can experience post-nut clarity in the same way that most men might describe it, because and I can't speak for women, but I think it's rare for a woman to be as aroused as a person with up to 9 times the amount of testosterone pumping through their veins. So I'm gonna start off with my co-host, and we're gonna go in the circle. What's your thoughts?
I honestly believe that women don't experience post-nut clarity. Because I feel like when it comes down to it, like a lot of one-night stands, niggas don't call you back because they receive post-nut clarity.
Right.
It's like Cat Williams had a joke. He was like, yo, when you talk to a joint in the club, go to the bathroom and jack off. Then come back and see if you would still talk to her the same way. Most likely, no. It's like you see all the flaws. You're not horny no more.
Right.
And I feel like with women, it's different. They get emotionally attached. So no matter how horny they are, their emotions are now into it. That's how I feel.
Wait. Yeah, I'm starting early. You ever had a shorty do a one-night stand on you?
Me personally, no.
Yeah,
Hold on. But
I'm
when
mad.
you say a one-night stand on you, do you mean like y'all smashed and she ghosted you afterwards?
Yeah, she ghosted you. Now you ghosted her.
Yeah. No. All right. No.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
I have.
Okay.
And y'all want me to tell y'all how I thought about it afterwards.
No, honestly, if you don't mind, you could tell me the story because I have questions to dig into why she might have ghosted you.
Okay, I'll
yeah.
give you the story.
Yeah.
So I'm out, right?
Mhm.
I'm out at this club, meet a girl, whatever. I get her number. I don't link her that night. Next day,
Okay.
I link her, and we fuck or whatever. So I'm in the bathroom though,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, did I really just fuck her? Type shit.
It's
Because it was
damn.
like, I walked out the bathroom, and it was like, why did I just do that to myself? Type shit.
What do you mean? Why'd
Like-
you do that to yourself? Like get some pussy?
No, not like, because she wasn't up to,
Up to your
to
standards.
up to my standards. So it was like,
Okay. Let me ask you. All right. So to ask
It's
the
like I'm
question, add
slumming.
on.
yeah,
Prior to that, how long had it been since you had sex? Be careful.
Yeah,
Hannah,
my fault.
yeah. But how long had it been since you had sex prior to that experience?
probably like 2 weeks.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I mean, maybe you just got a high sex drive and you was horny and you was just like, fuck it.
I think that's what it was, but it was like, I wish I would have seen her.
I mean, but all right. So, but you said she ghosted you.
No, I ghosted her.
Okay.
After that. That's what,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's what I was like getting at. So it was like, I got her number, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, just trying to get some pussy,
Right.
and that was that.
See, all right. So let me ask you this, and this is actually interesting. We can apply some principles to this conversation, like just to understand. Well, at least maybe principles isn't necessarily the best word to use, but all right. So you met her at the club, right?
Right.
Were you drinking when you were at the club?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were a little bit drunk. All right, like you know them goggles.
Right.
You see things a little different.
hmm
You met her the next day.
Yeah, like actually linked up with her the
Okay.
next day.
What was it? Daytime, nighttime?
Nighttime.
Nighttime. Her crib.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was there lots of lights on?
Not really, and like it was drinking going on there
Okay,
too. So
alright.
it was like,
Okay. Now,
I'm not
outside
gonna
of
say
that-
she was ugly though. She wasn't
No,
ugly.
Just
yeah.
not up to your
Just
standards.
yeah.
I can respect that.
Right.
So I'll ask, all right, what were you doing prior to the act of having sex, like occurring? What was going on? Y'all was hanging out. What'd y'all do?
Small talk, just drinking, watching TV.
Was it good small talk?
Yeah, it was typical conversation.
Just like-
yeah,
no-
just
nothing
getting to
crazy,
know
just-
each other, basically.
I mean, but like, was she interesting? Was she cool?
Yeah, she was.
I
Kinda.
mean, all right. So let's say if you weren't to have sex with her, would you like go link with her again?
No.
So she really wasn't like that cool. Like,
Yeah,
not
she
that-
wasn't that cool. It
that
was
interesting.
just for the
Alright,
time being.
Okay,
She
so-
wasn't a weirdo.
Yeah, she wasn't a weirdo.
Yeah, she wasn't a
But
weirdo.
Yeah,
I do.
basically.
I do think that kind of like we got into the point, at least from my personal opinion, right?
Mhm.
Men want sex from women,
Right.
but women tend to want more than just that from men. Now, men can have sex with a woman and be just that, just have sex with her. Whereas when it comes to relationships, we tend to want more than just that. Like every woman has a vagina that can give you pussy.
Right.
So we like, what is it that's gonna keep me around this woman besides sex? So as far as and I don't want to get too far off the topic, just digging into that story, right?
Yeah.
As far as you ghosting her, if you telling me that you met her at the club, okay, whatever, it's the club.
Right.
Maybe you could take a woman serious meeting her in the club. Maybe you have a stigma around women that you meet in the club.
Mm-hmm.
People have gotten married off of people they met in the club, whatever. But you meet this woman in the club, you link with her the next day, everything is cool. But like you said, I mean, you were drinking, so that's cool. I mean, but that's only gonna affect you emotionally up to a certain point. Like when you gain a certain amount of clarity, you look at things differently. So okay, she's cool, but then the small talk wasn't nothing crazy.
No.
You already admitted if sex wasn't there, then you really probably wouldn't have talked to her. You had sex with her and you didn't talk with her.
Right.
Now, a woman will look at you and say, "Oh, you're fucked up," and blah 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 blah. Whereas, like, nah, not really, because a woman might be like, "Damn, I fucked him, and he just gonna leave me like that." What else did you have to offer? Realistically, you were boring. You provided liquor, some time, and some sex.
I think the representative of all queens everywhere wants to say something. What did you made a face? What was that face about? Is what I want to know.
He made a face. I didn't know he made a face.
He made a face. He's like, he did not like that comment that just came.
I just don't agree with. Why does? Because he said, "What do you have to offer after?"
Yeah.
Why does that always have to be the case?
I mean, if I'm like that's like me going to. It's like me going to a sandwich spot, asking for a sandwich, and when they ask for bread, I'm like, why does that always have to be the case? it's like what you mean? It's
Right.
like, if I'm your man's, I require something. If you my girl, you require something. That's like saying
Getting baconated fries instead of regular fries at Wendy's.
Right.
It's like, but it's like, yo, why does it always require something? Why does it require food and oxygen to live? Why, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
Niggas have different standards.
Everything has, but no, it's not even standards. Like everything has an equal and opposite reaction. Everything takes something. And the problem now,
It's like defending post nut clarity. It's like a nigga's gonna look at you different after he nut.
yeah,
What makes him want to keep chilling with you after that?
facts.
Right.
Can you fight post nut clarity?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to, women? Do you want to fight?
So you always
post-nut
you
clarity?
always look at them different
What you mean?
after nutting.
What do you mean? Like, do you always look at them like that?
Like,
would
does
be,
it happen every time? Like once you
well,
first hit.
see, you can't say post nut clarity is a good thing or a bad thing. All it is clarity. You know what I mean? Like you can't look at post nut clarity and think, oh yeah, I fucked her and now I don't want to fuck with her no more. Nah, it's saying that yo, I fucked her and now I realize had I not fucked her, there would have been nothing to attract me. It's like it's understanding because you might deal with a certain chick and then you fuck and you enjoy it and then afterwards she a cool girl. And you like, damn, I actually fuck with her. Like, she interesting person. She has dope conversation. She got a good head on her shoulders. She seem like she loyal. She's smart. Oh shit, I'm trying to go to school to do this, and she going to school to do that, and we can help each other. And like, when you meet a girl, regardless of whether you fuck the first date or the 100th date, I don't suggest you wait till the 100th date. But if you have sex with this girl, you're gonna think, what is there afterwards? And maybe you're a guy who don't get a lot of bitches. You don't deal with a lot of females, so you keep the girl around out of scarcity. You want to maintain some form of consistent pussy. Whereas if you real about it, you like, well, yeah, I don't really fuck with her, so I'm gonna be going. Like, or damn, this girl is cool after I hit. That's all post nut clarity is, in my opinion, for men. It's like you have a clear understanding of what it is. For the better or worse. It's not to assume the worst.
It's like looking at a woman with no sexual value. What else does she bring?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at post nut clarity is you're looking at that girl with no sexual value at all.
Wait, I want to know what was the laugh about. Speak your mind.
Go ahead. You already knew this was gonna
I
happen.
see we formed a little alliance here. So
You know, it ain't an alliance. We
just
just want to
crazy.
know. I just want to know what was
Crazy.
the jokey joke about.
What you
I
mean?
just-
It's not. Hold on. Talk about.
Don't
It's
get
not
too
an
close to
alliance.
the mic.
I got a
being
question
real.
for you though, because you said
Yeah.
after you know you think about is she loyal, is she this, she going to school for that. Don't you
Yeah.
think that before?
Do you walk down the street? All right, so for
Don't
hold on, I'm
do
not.
that.
No, my
Don't
bad,
do
my bad.
that.
I was about to answer your question with a question. Ask the question one more time, just so I don't. I want to address it directly.
Don't you think when you said she's loyal, she's going to school for this, going to school for that, don't you think that before you hit?
Before I hit, or before I have the desire to hit? If you say before I meet this girl, am I thinking about is she loyal? No, I'm looking at her physically, and I'm like, well, damn, she attractive. Now, post that, I might start asking those questions. But the first thing you peep within a female you walk past is, damn, she's attractive. She's worth me coming.
That
at.
ass fat.
She look good. Now you might try to hit, if you hit, then in the process of hitting, because like you approached her because she was attractive. Your first want was sexual. Once you get past that, you start asking those questions. And then if you hit, you especially asking those questions. You like, well, damn, if I fuck, how many other niggas fuck? Is she loyal? What's she doing in her life? Do I want to keep her around? But this is all after you've dealt with your sexual intentions.
Yeah, he thinking about it.
I don't think that if she fucked me early, is she loyal? I don't consider that in my observational value. That wouldn't be a question I would ask.
Do you
I would
agree
just
with
feel
that?
like,
Well,
if my game good enough, if I want to smash, I could probably smash. Type shit. It's like you smashed me because I was a real nigga. It's just like that's what it was.
So,
now what else you got?
So you thinking off the rip, like
It's like abundance
I'm not
mindset.
cuffing her.
I guess
Always.
you could say I kind of agree to a point.
I
feel
agree
the
on
way
that.
you
I
worded
agree
it
on that.
Might be a little bit abrasive, but I feel like the whole point is, and these are certain concepts that a lot of men, especially in our age group, when we talking about like 20 to 30, that age group right now, a lot of people don't know this type of shit. But when we start talking about why women are attracted to men, and we're going to have a whole separate thing on that, but why women are attracted to men, it helps you understand why they have sex with who they have sex with, why women leave men after a certain amount of time, what was the root cause of the relationship failing. And on the man side too, like a lot of men don't know their nature. They don't understand their purpose. They get caught up. Like we were just having this conversation about the whole Drake situation and him supposedly fucking some girl, whatever happened in that particular situation, that man was off his purpose, focusing on his girl's record deal. That had no benefit to him other than what she might have been gracious enough to distribute to him. Unless he was her manager, unless he was whatever the fuck. What the fuck? You focusing on her purpose.
What if he was?
If he was his manager, then he's still getting bread if she gets signed. He just got to be mad. Drake, fuck this bitch.
Fuck
That's
that,
all it
fellas.
is.
Fuck that. Live your life. Live your life.
But all right. Oh, yeah. Go.
I don't want to cut you off, but
Yeah,
you
good.
said last podcast that if her career doesn't coincide with yours,
Yeah.
then that's not a good relationship.
I'm saying that if her career choices do not align in a way that she can be helpful to you and your career choices, it is more than likely going to lead to a long-term unsuccessful relationship.
I agree with
Now,
that. 'Cause
does
that's
it?
My fault.
Oh, my fault. Isn't that considered mixing business with pleasure?
What do you mean by that?
If her career, like you said, if you was something and she was your manager or personal assistant, isn't that mixing business with pleasure? Because it's going to come a time where
you talking about personal. I don't like if your girl's personal assistant. You sign, like I would say, start the clock. That's gonna be mine. That's gonna be one of those buttons. I'm gonna say start the clock.
And can I go back to what I was saying? I was saying fuck that because like if you invest in all your time in your girl's dream, like it's like you living for her. Like,
I don't say invest.
Basically, you're living for her.
Yeah.
Like, what about your life? Type shit.
Okay, but I'm not saying invest all your time. Well, he's just a bozo. But
Yeah, for real, that nigga.
why can't you support her dreams if it doesn't coincide with yours?
And I said
Because you diverge. Oh, I'm sorry.
last podcast, I was like, if you pick the right woman, most likely her dreams would be a benefit to you anyway. If I have a business and then my girl is a graphic designer, she can help me do this, that, and third.
Right.
She picked her career because she likes to do graphic design shit. And then she's like, yo, my dream was always to be a painter. I would help her become a painter because all that experience that she gained, she's already a graphic designer,
Right.
could help me and build our business, and it could be useful.
Okay, but what if she wants you to use one of her designs real bad and you don't? Then what?
What you mean? She gonna be mad? But oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
He was
that's
ready to,
very-
he was
I
ready
feel
to
like-
answer that one.
I'm sorry.
That's very
Oh, yeah,
specific,
chime in.
and I feel like that's very. It just wouldn't matter. Honestly, it's like
So
if I don't like the
her
design,
opinion doesn't matter.
I don't like.
I'm
It
kidding,
does
I'm
matter,
kidding.
but if
Huh.
I don't like the design, I don't like the design. I'm not about to fake it. If I can,
As you shouldn't though.
yeah, it's like I'm not about to take the design just because you drew it. It's like, nah, I don't like that jump. Try to make another jump.
That's wild. But
How's that wild?
It's like that's not even shit with your girl. That's just like a business decision. If I don't like this logo for my business,
but there's going to
I'm
come a
not
point
taking that
where
logo.
y'all have different opinions on something,
Uh-huh.
and then business wise, and then that can cause.
You should have the final say, regardless.
Yeah, this not her business. This is my job. Yeah, she's my girl. Hold up, real rap. This is not her business.
True,
this is my
true,
business.
but
Yeah. Are you a 50-50 guy, Jordan?
yeah, somewhat.
That I feel like that's the issue to a point. I get it. I definitely get it. Cause I grew up.
I'm not taking care of, like, fully. Just she can sit at home and take care of the
So,
kids. I don't.
Let
want
me
that.
let me ask you this.
Here we go.
No, like seriously. What are your long-term goals as of now?
Be successful.
Okay. All right. You know what? All right. So we don't gotta get too specific,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
most men want to be successful, right?
Mhm.
Most men want to be rich, have the most they can have, take care of their family, be that guy, you know,
Mhm.
and have a family is one of those big parts, right? So well, let's say in a perfect world you were rich. How many kids would you have?
Two.
Two kids.
You said that confidence.
Two.
That's all I
All right.
want.
So let's say your girl
You said that kinda
get.
fast, right?
Let's say you rich, right?
Uh,
Let's say you rich and your girl get pregnant. Your girl get pregnant, she have a kid. After that, she go back to work, she get fired. There's some bullshit. Like her business laid her off. The business just it got fucked up. So she just had the baby, and right as she was going back to work, shit just fucked up for her.
mhm.
So now she back at home. She taking care of the baby because she literally was just taking care of the baby. So at some point, are you gonna be like, "Yo, babe, you gotta go get a job"? Like it's sitting at home shit, not the look.
I wouldn't want the girl that doesn't want to start her business back up or try to.
I mean,
look for
she doesn't
something.
have a business. She had a job, like most people do. You know.
All girls gotta have a job.
I mean, well, so at
So
that
what are you
point-
looking for?
No,
But hold
don't
on,
do
no.
No,
Before,
I'm just
before-
asking.
So, all right, how hard do you think it is to keep a house
Business
clean?
wise, we talking about successful. So I mean, like just business wise.
Yeah. Well, I'm with
Like
you.
you said, if her business failed,
Well, her job got laid off, and she got like it's pretty much like she got fired. Only it wasn't her fault. It just the company fucked up. They had to lay people off.
yeah, I'm gonna be the nigga that says, "Yo, you gotta."
You got to go get a job.
I mean, you should. Yeah.
All right. So at that point, so would you prefer that your wife is at work and your kids are with a nanny or a babysitter?
Say that again.
Would you prefer that you and your wife are at work and your kids are with a nanny or a babysitter?
For sure.
Why?
Here we go.
If both of us are successful, there's going to come a time where neither one of us doesn't have free time. So I mean, like,
And you prefer that, though.
huh?
You prefer that. You prefer that neither one of you have free time. Opposed to your wife focusing on
LeBron's
shit.
wife doesn't have free time.
What does she do? I mean, I'm not.
I wouldn't know. All right, Beyonce doesn't have free time.
I mean, yeah, that's beyond. But see, all
Yeah,
right.
we
so
talking about
yeah.
your situation.
No.
No,
We're not
but-
talking about his.
I'm saying
situation.
Not
no,
his,
but
we're
that's what
talking about
that's
in
what I
general.
want.
But no, I'm saying I get that. But you're talking about in general, opposed. I mean,
Whoa.
we're talking about in general.
Yeah.
Where you, hold on, the back and forth. You can't bring up Beyonce. You can't bring up these hyper rich people. Where we're talking about you as a man. What
Right.
would you do? We're not talking about your relationship that you're in now. We're just saying hypothetically, you're successful. Your wife is pregnant. She gets laid off. You're saying that you would prefer she go back to work. And to me, that implies that you do not see being a housewife as a full-time job that is worth respect and honor. That's what that's what
I
I'm
don't
trying
want
to
that.
address.
Well, let me say that.
So
I don't want to say that, but
you don't want a housewife that
No.
can make your house a home, that can help your kids grow up good, that can make sure you come home from work, you got a fucking bath drawn and a meal ready, that can support you, fuck you whenever you want, speak highly of you to your children, be a good.
like it's
I'm saying I'm being real. You saying that like because this is why we have to have these conversations, right?
Right.
Because we're still on the post nut clarity shit, but just getting into this is where like women got to see what men actually want, and most men tend to want a woman who is cooperative, submissive to a certain extent, that can help them in their lives, be as feminine as possible, be loyal to them. Now, the idea of a housewife is just a person fulfilling their role as a mother, going all the way within her feminine and her maternal instincts, being a good wife. Whereas you're saying you would prefer a woman who is out being ambitious, making money, being successful, like you're successful. Because Beyonce and Jay-Z more than likely have that type of relationship where they're both so busy. There's probably nannies and all that type of shit, Beyonce being in the studio. But that's a different level of relationship, right? Now, I personally don't believe in the modern conception of love anymore. But when we keep it real, marriage is just another business encounter.
for sure.
So when we look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, that was just another business encounter. But when we talk about your average relationship, or even just like I say rich and successful, but just your average man or high level man, or however you want to value yourself, whatever, we can look at it from a numbers point of view. Most men don't necessarily care if their woman is making money, being successful, so long as she fulfills something within his heart that he can't get from nowhere else beyond pussy. So we know that she got a vagina, cool, bet. She is within a safe age range to have children, bet. What else is there to keep her there? You know, why do you want this woman? Now, are you saying you want this girl or a hypothetical woman because she has a successful business?
I'm not the, well, let me say this. I'm not the nigga that be like, oh, I want my bath drawn or my shower running when I come home. I want food on the table. Because most of the time, I'm going to eat out. If I'm hungry, I'll get food myself.
But if there was a woman who you didn't have to ask, you just came home. Like, just imagine you got a girl, right? A hypothetical relationship where you come home and this one of the, like, she just started staying at your crib here and there, you know what I mean? Something like that. You went to work, but she stayed at the house for the day. You wasn't really thinking of nothing. Let's say you bought food. You bought food on your way home.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, let's say you bought something for her, but then you walk in the crib, you smell a meal. She just like cooked the whole meal. It's some fire shit. Like,
Right.
Like
Like
a 4 for 4.
you like, damn.
Chicken
you
parmesan.
You put your takeout straight to the fridge. You like, oh shit, babe. You just, and then she like, yeah, I got the shower running. Hurry up and get cleaned up. And you was like, oh shit. Like, all right, fuck you. You come out the shower and there's some clothes. I'm saying, in that scenario, I'm not saying that you should
fly.
I'm not saying you need to require it and say, yo, babe, you need to do this. But wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't you prefer that? If you could have that,
It would be nice, but I don't prefer it.
You wouldn't prefer that?
All right, that sounds like if I had to cap
Cop out.
like
Big cat.
How?
That's
how
big
can you
cat.
say
Right.
it would be nice,
They
but I don't prefer it? That's like I don't get it. I don't get
I
it.
don't want what I really want.
So you
That's
would
not what I really want. That's what I'm telling you.
wait. So you would rather do that all that yourself instead of her doing it?
Yes, I've been doing it.
That's not the point. All right,
That's
so
cat.
But if you didn't have to do it,
That's a plus.
okay.
No, that's cat.
So wouldn't you? No. He said that's a plus, and I agree.
And
That
that's
is a
true.
plus. So wouldn't you have the plus? Wouldn't you have 12 if you could have 12 instead of 10?
Mm-hmm. That's a plus.
10 million is more
You
than
nigga,
11
you-
million is more than 10
Come
million.
on, bro.
nigga.
Yo,
Hold
you,
up, stop. You just agreed. You just said, like, when I used the term prefer it, you said no. But when I said, wouldn't you rather have 12 instead of 10, you said yes. So that's what you would prefer. That's what you want. Let's not play them word
Cat.
games, bro.
You
That's why I
playing them
said
word games.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get to the
Cat.
point. I'm just trying to get to the see, because that's where we're at, right? Because if you really feel that way, you feel that way. But and we went down this whole rabbit hole of what a guy would prefer simply to prove that if a dude fucks you and then ghosts you the next day because of post nut clarity, whatever the situation is, he probably peeped that there was nothing else really there that he wanted. And especially if you just met her the day before, there was no conversation. There was some conversation, but not enough to build no connection to where I'm like, damn, if you meet somebody and the conversation was super dope, and you like, yo, I actually fuck with her. She into this, I'm into this. She been here, I've been there. She got family at this place that I used to, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. Y'all got shit to relate to.
Yeah, when you make that connection, that shit makes sense. If he fucked you, he's probably going to want to fuck you again. He's not just going to dip on you if you're attractive, you got a good personality, and you fulfill something within him. But then if that ain't the case, it just is what it is. And regardless of how a woman feels about it, at the end of the day, it's her choice to have sex with you. And the dude chooses to fuck the woman. We're just a lot less picky, but still. I mean, like the post-nut clarity thing, I don't know if I could say a woman really feels that way. Or and I said it comes out as regret most of the time. Because let's say a woman goes out, like let's say she gets into an argument with her boyfriend, she's upset. She calls a friend of hers that is a guy friend, and they link up and they're drinking, and then one thing leads to another and they have sex. But then right after that, she goes and she says, "Oh, I don't know why I did that," and blah blah blah. Like, whereas dudes is like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done that." Women are like, "I don't know why I did that." It's like the lack of accountability there, where it'll be more of a regretful thing, where it's almost to where it wasn't their fault, where a nigga just realized the error of their ways. That's where I'm like, yo, does post-nut clarity work the same way? How you feel, Jordan? What's your thoughts on that?
Oh man, here we go.
You representing the Queens, bro. Stand strong, bro.
Yeah,
Relax. Let's
facts.
just
Okay,
convo.
yeah,
Let's
but
just
I
convo.
don't like this alliance because every question
It's no
is-
alliance.
I
see-
alliance. Hold
I
on,
got
hold on.
like six
It's been
eyes.
y'all two.
I got
He
6
thinking
eyes
we
looking-
tag teaming him or something.
Dog.
Man, listen. I don't even know what your question was. Honestly.
I was asking, how did you feel about everything I was just saying, as far as the post-nut clarity and women coming off more so as regret, whereas post-nut
Why does that
clarity-
always? That's a scenario. So like that doesn't always happen.
Or what doesn't always happen?
You know,
What?
like you get the girlfriend that just broke up with her boyfriend or just had an argument with her
Yeah.
boyfriend.
No, that was just an example. That wasn't like example.
Yeah,
that was
so
meant
like
to
why?
represent
It's
all
not
of it.
always regret.
Okay, give me a scenario then.
This should be
I
good.
should have wrote this shit down.
I mean, cause like, as far as just that one example of the hanging out with the friend and the girl doing whatever and then regretting it, that was just one example that I felt was easy.
You meet
to
her at
show
the club.
details.
My fault.
Yeah.
You meet her at the club. Y'all have a good time. Y'all get to dancing on one each other, and then y'all just leave. Y'all leave with each other,
Uh-huh.
and then y'all both come to agreement like this is just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
That's not regret.
I mean, we're talking about post-nut clarity.
Yeah, I'm
though.
saying like after if she can go to the club, meet you, and then fuck you that day,
Uh-huh.
and then like she was single,
Uh-huh.
and then go on by her day the next day, then that's not like she didn't regret that.
See, I'm not saying that, like, all right, I think you have a negative connotation with the term post-nut clarity because you're talking about a situation that was agreed upon to where they was just going to fuck, it was going to be that, and there was no problems afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really apply to post-nut clarity unless she fucked you and then afterwards she regretted it or had some type of reason for feeling the way. But that doesn't apply to post-nut clarity. That's just two people fucking.
I think we have, because I feel like you might have it. Fuck, when you say their post nut clarity is regret. I feel like women don't have post-nut clarity.
Okay.
They just regret the action based on their circumstances at that time, for the most part. It's like she's not mad that she fucked a nigga. She's mad that she cheated on her boyfriend.
That's if she has a
That's
boyfriend.
what I'm
If she
saying.
has
If
a
she
boyfriend,
had,
and then most of the time it's just it is what it is.
'cause
Or
it
they
might
get
be-
emotional.
she might just be mad that she fucked a bum nigga. Like, she could be single and have post-nut clarity, I feel like, to an extent. It's just like, why does anybody regret some shit? I feel like,
But right after the fact,
not necessarily right after the fact.
I feel like they regretted just for the fact that they were just horny at the moment.
That could be the case. I mean, but that's if...
I feel like
only
that's
if it's
logically
simply
what
regret.
it is. Cause what else would it be?
Well,
because
I mean,
like
it's kind of hard to say.
for men, I feel like post-nut like I guess it could be different if they do experience it, but it's like there's no emotional attachment for the most part.
Right.
It's just you're analyzing the situation different. It's like, damn, this is not what I thought it was. Or it's like,
I agree.
right, if I was regular with it, it's like, nah. It's just like, this was not a good choice.
Right.
And you just move on.
See, it's interesting.
You don't really
though.
ponder it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
I agree.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I
I
got
agree
that.
on what
I ain't got that.
Twan was saying.
I ain't got that.
I'm on like no post-nut clarity whatsoever.
Okay. All right. Okay. I feel you there. See. All right. Let me bring up a story real quick, right? It was a show that I used to really love heavy. We've had this conversation before, but for y'all ever heard about the show Switched at Birth?
Yeah.
Nah.
All
I've
right.
never seen it.
So it was a show about these two girls who got switched at birth. One was a girl who ended up going to a Spanish family in the hood, and then another one was that ended up going to a different family that was rich and had money.
Okay.
Now the girl who grew up in the hood ended up like getting into an incident. She went deaf, so she grew up deaf, and sign language is heavy in the show. And then the other girl grew up with money. She an artist. Everything is so cool. It's whatever. Now they end up finding out later at the hospital that, you know, whatever, the families got switched. The families end up meeting each other. They get cool, so on and so forth, right? Dope show. But there was an episode in the later seasons that I feel was like very controversial. And the more I think about it, the more I question certain aspects of it, right? So one of the main characters, Bae, she had a friend that she met when she went to college named Tank. Bigger white boy, like kind of husky. I mean, I would say like he like fat, but not fat. You know what I mean? He like football fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he comes at her. He trying to date her, but he get friend zone. Shit going slow for him. He trying to join a fraternity. One day the fraternity do some like disrespectful shit to women. He drops out of the fraternity trying to appease her. All this different shit going on, right? They get together eventually.
Right.
She cheats on him. All right, whatever. They still friends though. He let this shit rock. And then following that, it was one night they was at a bar. I mean, not a bar, a party. Like it was a college party, whatever.
Right.
They both drinking. She cheated on this nigga, got back with her ex. The ex and her end up breaking up. And they at the party, he drinking with her now.
Okay.
So they both drinking. You see they both drinking. And then it cuts at the end of that episode where like she was like getting super dizzy. She passed out. Next day, they wake up and they're in bed together. Now, this whole like episode was super ambiguous to a point. Because they're like, yeah, we had sex. Mind you, they were both drinking.
Right.
The dude was like, yeah, we had
So
sex.
neither one of them really remember.
Well, no, the dude remembered for the most part, but she couldn't remember.
Okay.
And then she was like, what? Like, we had sex, whatever. And it was like, yeah. Like, the dude is just confused. Like, what you mean you don't remember?
Right.
He was drinking too.
Yeah.
Now, at that point, she starts to question what it is. Oh no, I messed up. She hadn't broken up with her dude, her ex. She had just gotten back with her ex. So now
So she's still with the dude, but had sex with
her ex.
her ex.
Because like it was the one ex, then she got with this nigga, broke up with him, got back with the
Okay,
other
okay,
nigga.
okay.
So
All right.
now she cheated on the nigga she just got back with the nigga she just broke up with.
Wow.
But
You're funny.
she couldn't remember.
He's
So
supposed to
she
be-
goes throughout the episode saying like, so what does a like she was asking her mother, she asked her stepsister, like all this different shit, like what does it mean if you got drunk and you had sex but you don't really remember it or you whatever? And it was like, oh yeah, like that's rape. I was like, wait, what?
Oh shit.
And then she
I
like
should have known
explained
they
it.
was taking it there.
She explained the story to her mom and then was like, yeah, I have a friend that like had sex and she got drunk, but she woke up and she didn't remember. And then the mom was like, oh yeah, well that friend got raped. She should report. I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck? And then it was fucked up because the entire series, like, this was a good guy
Right.
at every step of the way. Good guy. Honest guy. This nigga got kicked out of college off the accusations. She couldn't remember, so she just reported it, and it fucked his life up. He had dropped out of his fraternity for this
Wow.
girl, for everything. And then moving forward, they just like threw blame on him. Like literally, he got dropped out. He left the series, and then one day she going on a date in a restaurant,
And she sees him.
and she see him. He the waiter, and then he ends up like once he see that's her at the table, he leaves, and then she goes outside and try to talk to him, and she was berating him to a certain extent, saying like, "Oh, why did you do blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yo, what? I don't like this narrative here
Right.
because." Like there is no confirmation of him doing anything. He was drunk too. She don't remember. What the fuck? Like, how is it rape if he was drunk too? Like, for all like, what if he said he didn't want it and she came on to him and she don't remember?
Well, I don't like
It's
those
like-
bitches. Oh, queens.
It's like
He's supposed to
That
be
shit-
taking up for the queens.
that shit was fucked up. But I say this to say she had some type of post nut clarity, which is an extreme form of regret in a wild ass environment.
When you
Mixed
pass
with
out with liquor,
not remembering.
I feel like that.
Yeah,
cancels it out.
it's
Once you-
over. It's
yeah,
over.
Once you drunk
But-
enough to pass out, it's like you'll do
you
anything.
never know if it was roofies or some shit. So I don't want to justify like, oh, like a girl passed out because she was drunk, but she had one.
But that's
drink
the
and somebody
scenario we
slipped some
got.
shit.
Hold up, that's
Yeah.
the scenario from the
Yeah.
story. It's like, yeah, she was drunk, so I feel
Yeah.
like that's not post nut clarity. It's like you were super drunk and you did some dumb shit because you was super drunk.
Mhm.
That's what it was.
But instead of saying like, yeah, I didn't mean to fuck you, I cheated, my bad. She was like, I don't remember agreeing to it, so you raped
Yeah.
me.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Well, I
say,
shouldn't
I
say
mean,
that
if
word.
that was me in that situation, I would have never even brought that situation up. I would have never even said we did anything. I just would have let it
Well,
rock.
mind you, they were like they used to be together. And they
Yeah.
were still friends. So he was like, yeah, we had sex. Like he didn't think it was weird to say, like he thought she would remember everything.
Yeah, I
And he
mean,
was
but
just
that's
like, yeah,
that's
it
fucked up
happened.
though. I wouldn't even. If we both drunk, I'ma just chalk that situation.
But she didn't.
yeah, it's not
'Cause she
worth the
couldn't
risk.
remember.
Yeah, it's not even worth the risk.
Yeah, he risked it on his part because he already knew
Yeah,
that used to be his girl. It's like, damn.
and
that's
then it's
fucked
like
up.
you drunk. I knew what he was probably thinking. He was probably like, "Shit, I'm about to get some ass."
I mean, but most niggas that's drunk be trying to get some ass. Think if you was just as drunk, cause he a bigger nigga, so they
But
might
is
have
she
been
tryna-
drinking together the whole
Is
time.
she trying to give that ass up?
I
That's the
mean-
question.
Yeah, and then you said in the episode it was like she kind of like passed out.
Well, the episode ended with her walking down the hallway getting dizzy. And then
And she was
that
by
that.
herself.
I feel like if
I
you
don't
start to
remember
get
that.
dizzy, then that's
I
you
don't
get ready to
remember.
black out.
Yeah, I honestly, she might
Basically.
have been by herself. Oh,
Yeah, she was
might
by
have been
herself. I mean,
but I don't remember exactly though. Cause the next
Anything
episode
could have
just
happened.
woke
She
up.
probably
Yeah.
could have fell or something. He picked her up, put her in
It's
the
like,
bed.
I
That's
know
something I would have
people
did.
Who've thrown up and then went right back to it, and then just didn't remember certain shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, even I doubt I would have to force myself on a girl I used to be with.
Exactly.
It's like, really? It's like, it's a different type scenario. They already had that connection.
Yeah.
So if he might have leaned in and kissed her, and then she started kissing back, and then it went from there, it's like, the whole time you was into it.
But
Real rap. The
it's
whole time
kind
you
of
was into it,
salty.
but you
It's
don't
kind of
remember.
salty though, cause she's still with the boyfriend.
See, and that's
It's salty on her part. So
Well,
that's
I
where
don't know
that
if that all the way applies to the post.
that's where that regret come in at.
Because it's a very
Yeah.
specific scenario. I give it that.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so Twan, you already said you don't think that post nut clarity exists for women.
Yes.
Mel, what you feel?
I feel like it does, but it doesn't.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna elaborate on it. So, say the woman, well, the girl, she fucks the guy or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and she wake up next morning like, oh shit, like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, type shit. Like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But the whole time it's just like I just feel like it just goes off you being horny. Like like that's what you were feeling at that moment.
You think women get horny like men get horny?
Yes,
More.
I do. I do.
More.
Yeah, more.
Chalked.
I agree on that. More.
Yo.
Cap. I call
Cap?
cap, but I call cap.
Well, I don't think it's cap. I feel like we could only say cap when somebody is bullshitting. But if a person
Okay,
truly
you're right,
believes it,
you're right,
it's not
you're right,
cap.
you're right,
It's just
it's
a
not cap.
misunderstanding.
On whose part?
You right.
Well, a difference in understanding. I'll start off with. I don't want to say misunderstanding, implying that somebody's wrong, right? Whatever. But under a general understanding, right? It's just different the way women get horny versus how men get horny. How we're naturally aroused. How often we think about sex specifically.
Okay.
Now, women are gonna think about sex more so at different points in time. Just because of how their hormones work, the ovulatory shift, all that type of shit. At different points in time, she might be attracted to men based off of what she thinks they could provide. At different points in time, she might be attracted to a man based off of how big and strong and attractive he is. And based on that, she'll be hornier at different points based on who she's surrounded by and what her expectations are. If a woman is with a guy that she is attracted to and respects and feels can provide to a certain extent, she is more than likely going to be horny as fuck a lot because she values that man.
Exactly.
She's afraid to lose that man. She understands that men in general, it's in our hardwiring, different things we do growing up affects it, but we are horny motherfuckers. From the moment we go through puberty, our dicks will get hard for no reason. We walk past women and we think about sex before anything else. Either we see attractive chicks and we look at them and probably something sexual pops up first, or we see an unattractive chick and we keep walking like we didn't fucking see him. We don't even think about him secondly.
Let me chime in right quick.
Go.
Hold up. It was a point in Rollo Tomasi's second book.
Yeah.
And he was like in the third trimester, or like in a certain point in the pregnancy, you can tell the gender of the baby because in the uterus, a female will have her hands near her face, and a male, they'll have their hands on their man's.
Yeah.
And they be playing with themselves.
Yeah.
Just dead ass. Swear to
what's
God.
up.
I
Yeah,
swear to
yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's like
I
that's how they
remember
can
that.
tell. It's like, yeah, it's a girl because usually girls have their hands above their face while men have their hands on their dick.
Bro, man, like men
Real
are
rap.
horny in the womb, dog.
It's like it's nothing doing there, so we play with ourselves. That's exact. That's what they.
True.
That's what it is.
Bro. And within that, it's just real. It's like how we get turned on is just different. So when a woman is gonna have sex with a guy, it's for a reason. Either you look like, if you come through, you got the Gucci, you got the Louis, the Balenciagas, the whatever the fuck, you got all this crazy designer shit on. That might not make her fuck you. If you's a
Right.
short, ugly motherfucker, like that's not gonna make her
They
fuck
be
you.
having all that shit on with like
Yeah.
$2 in their pocket.
And that's it. No, not even just that. Like you could have $1 million in your pocket. You could pay a bitch to fuck you,
Right.
but on a general, that's not gonna make her fuck you. But at the same time, right? You could be a buff nigga, shirtless with an overall on, and that bitch still might not fuck you because you a broke nigga.
True.
But then at different points in time, she might fuck that short, rich nigga because he got money. At different points in time, she might fuck that attractive big nigga because he look good. Women are fickle. They change. They
No
adapt.
bullshit.
They're emotional. It's flows. It's ups and downs. It's cycles. It's trackable to an extent.
Ovulatory shifts.
Yeah, ovulatory shifts. And you understand how that works. When a woman goes through her cycle, at certain points she's hornier than others. At certain points she's looking at different things that attract her to you than other times. When you understand why women fuck, it explains the after. A woman could fuck a nigga because she thought he had money and find out he broke later and she regrets it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
was
just-
about to
hold
say?
up, hold up.
I ain't got
Hold up.
nothing.
We had
I
a
ain't
teeth
got
suck.
nothing. I ain't got nothing.
We had
I
a
ain't got
teeth
nothing.
suck.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing.
What's
Now
up?
you got some, bro. Speak, bro. This the big. Come on, you wanted to get on the big cap. You said you was gonna stand on your opinions. You had
I
shit
do.
to
I
say.
still do.
Right now he's
You
sitting
ain't
here
standing on
Hold
nothing.
up. Why'd you suck your teeth?
Yeah, you ain't say nothing to stand on yet, son. Let's go. Let's get it.
Go ahead, represent for them black
I'm
queens out there.
lit.
You
I'm
capo.
It's not me. Alcohol talking.
You know what?
That was society. That was that Mr. Smith.
Who, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
Matrix. It's
Oh,
like,
shit.
It's like when you can't accept some shit,
Yo.
Mr. Smith come out.
Oh shit!
It's like niggas don't
He
know why
said
they
Mr.
said they
Smith. Go
Come on,
ahead,
speak.
bro.
I ain't got
Speak.
nothing. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
You know,
I
he's-
ain't got nothing.
Ah.
You gonna do that? Just, at least put your hand up. Just do that real quick.
Go ahead. Look,
I'm
I
not
plead the
pleading.
fifth.
You
Go
not
ahead.
pleading?
I just ain't got nothing. I ain't got a rebuttal.
So it's facts.
No. Don't you don't gotta rebuke. You just gotta say what you think. That's it. You ain't gotta
Yeah,
argue.
but-
nothing.
I ain't got nothing. I know. I really don't. I really
I
don't.
feel you.
I ain't gonna.
But for real though, I think
I escape again.
He on here capping on a big cap.
yeah, right. I mean, like as long as we call cap, it is what it is.
Factory.
But I understand to a certain extent because it's kind of like the homie situation.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of like the homie situation for real. Because like niggas don't want to wreck a happy home.
What's wrong with having a happy home?
It's not wrong with having a happy home. It's that are you actually happy and will it be long term successful based on your belief of how your girl is happy?
Can it be?
Exactly.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, I'm saying, but can it be? Like you saying, does it happen? I'm saying, can
No,
it?
I didn't say. I said, are you actually happy?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
saying, like, what if
considering-
he is?
No. But then the second part, is he considering how his current view of how she is happy will last long term? This particular friend has a goal.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga working out. He want to be a special agent. This nigga
Mm-hmm.
going to school. He got plans on what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And after having personal conversations with him and his girl, this girl says she wants to be an independent woman.
That's what she said.
That's what
This
she
nigga
said.
spin.
Hold up. Did you hear? I don't know if you heard everything.
I
No.
heard you. I heard
All
you.
right. No, I think I told, but just so you can get the full. So one day we at work, right? And we both working in the same aisle. And I just started a conversation with the two of them. It was a fun conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It was about this is gonna be another topic once we get some females up here. Is there still honor in being a housewife?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that led to a deeper conversation when we talked about the roles of being a housewife
Mm-hmm.
and why certain women wouldn't want to be housewives. So this homie's girl got to the point where she views, well, after getting to a certain point in the conversation, I saw that she views being a housewife in a way that is just really negative. Like she
Like how so?
associates like so when she says be a housewife, she's like, well, I want to be independent. I want to make my own job because women, if their husband is abusive, they can't ask their husband for money to leave him. So I want to keep a job so I could. And then the way and this is how she worded it, and I'm like, yo, so you telling me your whole purpose of being an independent woman is so you could leave? It's like that. That's literally it. And not only so you could leave. Your whole purpose of being an independent woman is out of the fear of being abused.
And what was her response to that?
She was bringing up how she's heard about different people who've been in relationships and they were
Color
the
purple
housewife.
syndrome.
Yeah, only like the white version, but but like she's heard of people with different relationships where they've been abused, but they didn't have jobs, so the woman had to stay, and all these different things and whatever, right?
Right.
And it started digging deeper into like purpose, and I bring that up a lot. And then we got into like men and women being better, superior, whatever, and then that conversation really angered her.
Other than the abusive part, didn't you say you want that woman that's at home, a housewife?
An abused woman?
Nah, a housewife.
Oh yeah, I definitely want a housewife. I want a woman that can help me with my life goals. I want a woman that can help me like have peace at the home. Like look, I want to be a
ladies.
Dope
that's what I'm out there. That's what I'm looking for.
A dope musician. I want to get into acting at some point, comic book making. I want to do all these different things, and with everything I want to do, I feel like my ideal girl is either gonna be a artist, like graphic designer, drawer, artist, painter type artist,
okay,
or a lawyer / accountant. One of the two. Probably I would prefer an accountant over a lawyer.
Yeah.
But either one, because I want to have a lot of businesses, so my wife will probably be able to help me with my finances, get my numbers right, and I could trust her to fulfill that particular role. Or she would be an artist where she could help me when I do my comic books. She can draw the pictures. She can illustrate my stories. When I come up with an album cover, she can do that. If I come up with a logo, she can help me with these things. She can fulfill some type of service to my overall purpose in life. If she wants to be my wife one day and I'm going to be her husband and we're going to be Mr. and Mrs. Grav, you feel me?
No bullshit.
No bullshit. She has to fulfill a certain role. As a man, whether I ever have women or children in my life, as a man, I am expected to fulfill certain duties. I'm expected to provide for herself. As a woman, she has the option to provide for herself or the option to find a husband and be provided for. Now, as a man, whether I get the girl or not, I'm going to have to make sure I'm good. As a woman, you have to decide, do you want to focus on yourself or focus on a family? Because I can choose whether or not I want to have a family as a man. Sometimes men can't choose because of their circumstances, appearance, status. You can't choose because you can't get pussy. As a woman, you're natural. I mean, I feel like not all women, but for the most part, women are naturally obligated to go through that desire to want family and children. Whereas a man can be satisfied off of personal success. No, I'm saying hardwired genetically. Oh. Like a man can be satisfied from being successful. A woman's natural satisfaction comes from family and fulfilling her purpose.
Okay.
Same with all of us. We all get desire from fulfilling our purpose, but our purpose versus a woman's purpose tends to be different. We tend not to fall in line. So if a woman wants to go work a job and do all this different shit, if I'm telling her, like, yeah, I'm about to be a director, and she's telling me she wants to be a doctor, I mean, I don't see how those two my bad. I don't see how those two things co-align with one another necessarily unless I'm doing a show about doctors. I mean, realistically, I want to know that when I go to work and I wake up, my wife is there with the kids.
Right.
I would hate to get to the point where my children have to be raised by a nanny or babysitters. I want to know that when I'm home, I'm with my kids, and when I'm not home, my wife is with my kids. I want to know at all time they are with family and trusted people, not hired professionals.
Yeah.
I want
So
to
I
know that.
don't
No,
want
you
to cut
good.
you off.
I'll
So is
conclude there.
that a woman thing, or you just don't want nobody near your kids?
Well, no, it's not about having people near my kids. It's about having my kids raised properly, having my kids be surrounded by the proper influences. A person, like a parent, is gonna nurture and raise their child better than a stranger. That just is what it is because we're gonna care more.
So how does somebody that stays in the house all day knows how to raise a kid than somebody who's been outside?
What are you asking about? You talking about like
You said,
outside versus inside versus like nurturing a child?
yeah, you said, damn, I don't even know what you said. I'm lit.
Well, you said how is somebody that's inside all day gonna raise a kid better than somebody that's outside?
Yeah, because you said, if the mom, you said because the mom raises, you want somebody to raise your kid that.
Well, I'm saying that I would rather my wife be home and only she and I raise our children.
Yeah, instead
As
of
in-
hired
yeah.
professionals.
And I feel like when you say stay inside all day, that comes with a negative connotation because realistically, a stay-at-home mom job is you got to understand. Like when we talk about home, that doesn't necessarily mean you got to
Right.
stay in the house. Your family is your home.
Mm-hmm.
If your wife wakes up in the morning, she cooks breakfast and runs your shower for you. You get in the shower, she go cook breakfast, wake up the kids get ready, they go to school. You head out to work, she take the kids to school. She come home, she do laundry, she do dishes, she mop, she does X, Y, and Z. She goes grocery shopping, she comes home, and then she brings the kids home from school. She helps them with their homework. She starts dinner. She makes sure your shower's running when you come home.
So
Is that not a full-time job? She's
Yeah,
going
but-
outside and she's doing X, Y, and Z. And then when you have off, you at home, you relaxing, you spending time with your kids. She go do her yoga. She go do her book club. She go do this shit that she's fulfilling her role. And then we going on vacations because I'm successful and I provided you with the opportunity to do that. Hey, we going to Aruba here. We going to go to Antigua here. We going to go to Spain. Here's the new car, babe. Here you got a massage chair. Here's a new stove, new oven. You like to paint. Here's a new art set. It's like that's that lifestyle. You fulfill your role and you succeed. The kids got their mother helping them, not a tutor, somebody who loves them and will nurture them.
Right. Somebody
know,
they can go
It's
to.
always family. You ain't gotta pay nobody to go babysit your kid because your wife that you put a ring on her finger is doing that. All that babysitter money is Puerto Rico vacations.
Okay, the opposite of that woman. Wouldn't the opposite of that woman have life lessons?
Why does a person who works more and those particular life lessons that comes with hard work
Mm-hmm.
interfere with your position on femininity and maternity, like being a good maternal figure? Because I don't think the life lessons that come with working hard interferes with a person's or with a woman's natural hypergamic instincts.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what you just asked, but
Okay, hypergamic instinct. I want to clarify so you can really answer that though. I feel you were saying bringing.
Okay, I'm gonna simplify it.
Okay.
The life lessons that you learn through work
mm-hmm.
do not matter or aren't valued when it comes to being a good mother
Or wife.
or wife.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Damn. But
There's
I
no
really
evidence or no-
complicated that much.
yeah, bro. I'm like the nigga translator.
feel
Real rap. I'm a nigga translator.
No bullshit. You
Cause
is.
I really be in the middle of where Grabby at and niggas.
Right.
Like I'm in the middle, so I can translate.
He
But it's like,
speak on it from a
Yeah.
professional type of way,
Yeah.
and then you just got to
The life
translate it for
lessons
him.
that you learn from working hard do not matter when it comes to being a good wife, are irrelevant when it comes to being a good wife and a good mother.
Or at least working hard in a general sense, like the meritocracy, business, cutthroat, physical labor, all that type of shit is irrelevant.
So you would just rather hire the nanny?
For sure.
Why? Why would
Why?
you rather a nanny raise your children than you? and
Because
her
I
mother?
don't. I want the
and their mother.
successful woman on her own that don't need me.
Why? That's all I'm asking. Like I'm not even to like come at that perspective because most women
If
say
that's how
they're
you
looking
really
for a man
think,
like that.
then why even have kids then?
Well, no. Don't. Let's not take it that far. Let's not take it that far.
That
You said
far.
you want that the boss bitch, the one that make the bread, the one that can match your level, and you want that person that's like your equal in success, that's bad and do all this type of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why do you want someone to be on your level, financially, status wise?
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, is it necessary? That's why a person would say
Is it
they don't.
necessary? No, but I want that.
Well, then that's the answer to why wouldn't you? Because it isn't necessary. I'm asking you why you want it. I mean, you just said it isn't necessary. So that's why I wouldn't, because it's not necessary. But why would you?
That's what I prefer,
Or why
man.
do you? No, I mean, I understand, but like, I could say I prefer the more feminine woman, the more submissive, compliant woman, because I understand that at the end of the day, I'm going to be the backbone of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife is going to be the one that I got to take care of, because if we're going to have children, I have to make sure she good. I have to make sure my children is good. My wife is going to make sure the children is good and she's good. And it's up to me to make sure I'm good, she's good. It works down.
Right.
So if I understand that, I'm focused on me first, and I need a woman who can help be sturdy. I can't build on top of a weak foundation. My wife is right there under me.
So you can't build on your foundation and support hers?
That would be upside down. That's the point. Like, you got to look at it like this, right? You got like, and not to. I don't like to put it from a place of one is above the other. But I would say if you have husband and wife right here, like in most family trees, you'll see it on an equal level, and then you'll see the trees come down to children.
Right.
But the way I would say it, as far as the success-based thing, you have the husband right here and the wife right here. When we say we need a girl to hold us down, this is what we mean. Not literally down, but hold us up, like to a point. Like niggas,
No bullshit. Like on a pedestal. Like on a pedestal.
But I'm not
Not
even
really,
a pedestal. But
but
this is where I'm trying to get at, right? Right here. If this was a pyramid, if this was a ship, if this was whatever the fuck it is,
that's what's holding it up.
My wife is holding me up to a
Right.
certain extent. Now, without my wife, I'm still on solid ground.
Right.
We're talking about for a family. A man has to walk on his own too, regardless. But when we step into the family dynamic, man, woman, children, the wife, to a certain extent, has to hold her nigga down, hold him up, whatever. Like, if we were to make it look like a pyramid, you got the husband right up top, the wife, and then the children.
So why can't the nanny be that?
Because that steps
I'm
outside
not
of the regular
hiring no
family
nanny.
dynamic, the successful family dynamic.
You want
But-
your wife to be. It's like if
Nah,
you're there to catch me when I trip,
What-
then
nah,
we'll
I'm
never
saying-
fall type shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what if the nanny was that?
Are you fucking a nanny?
Yeah,
No,
like is the
but I'm
nanny
saying-
a part of the?
No, you saying
Is she a part of the family?
Children-wise, the kids-wise, because you said
You so
you want
comfortable with spending bread.
Right.
That's just useless money
No,
to me.
I'm
He thinks
broke.
it's the
useless.
the Brady
I am
bunch.
broke.
Well, no, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to word it like that, because I could see where he's coming from to a certain extent, because a lot of people, especially men, have been conditioned to want the girl who is as successful as them, that's 50-50, because certain men tend to like certain traits that aren't traditionally feminine. In the same way, like maybe certain people in the hood, they might like the girl who be a little rowdy, who'll talk back and like be on some bullshit because it kind of turn them on a little bit. Where most of the time, those are masculine features. In the same way, like when men are growing up with single mothers, or honestly, when a lot of children are growing up with single mothers, they take on certain characteristics that they probably shouldn't.
Hey, wait. Don't the women that talk back be the good ones. That's not like that's not
I
let's
wouldn't
not cap here.
necessarily say
Let's
that.
not cap here.
Lost.
Oh, I don't
I
even
wouldn't
say
say
cap,
that.
but- huh?
I wouldn't say that.
You said the women that talk back
Don't
be the best
the ones
ones.
that talk back a little bit be the best ones.
All right, let me ask you this: have you ever had a marriage with a girl who talked back?
I'm be honest.
Yes.
Hold up. I'll be honest. I might agree with him to
Yeah,
a certain,
yeah, come
so it's
on.
like,
Yeah.
one part of me
Talking
was
about
the
sexual?
Yeah.
no.
on
I'm
now.
just talking about it's like I like a little feistiness.
No,
Come
I do
on,
too.
I like a
though.
little,
I do
like
too.
a little banter. Like I said the last time, I fucks with a little talk back, feisty banter. But it's like,
But no,
Once I
it get
put
to
the
that certain
proverbial-
extent
yeah,
where all right,
when the
Yeah,
foot
I'm
come
good.
down,
yeah,
that's
I'ma get
that
another one.
you gotta fall in line. When the foot come down, you gotta fall in line. But it's like if a female she talk her shit, she gonna talk her shit.
All right.
See,
But
that's not
I'ma
the
check
issue.
it.
Yeah,
It's about,
of
it's
course you
about
gonna check it.
maintaining your alpha within certain circumstances. I mean, honestly, within all circumstances in life, you must maintain your frame. That's what it comes down to.
Right.
Most people step outside of frame. But
I ain't no sucker.
I don't think you
This
are.
guy.
But like when I say start the clock, I say that
Yeah, please
because
explain that.
when I say start the clock, thank you. I mean, there is certain understandings to what men like and what women like. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I hate when that gets used when it comes to certain debates or arguments because it's a lot of the time a cop-out. Everybody is different, but we all got beating hearts when we're alive. We all have lungs. We all have legs. We all have all these different things unless some type of deformation or something happens. There's always outliers. But what is what is most likely is most likely. It is what it is. And when things change, there are factors behind it. So when I say start the clock, I could look at a person's relationship dynamic and you could say, okay, maybe you balance each other out and you're happy. I'm happy for you.
Right.
But on a general level, it's more than likely not going to work. That's when I say start the clock. Like you got a guy who goes to college. He wants to be a lawyer. You got a girl who wants to be a nurse. That guy grows up thinking, all right, yeah, we're going to be good together. And like she was really into me. Whole time she's like, yeah, that guy wants to be a lawyer. He's going to be a good lawyer. He's going to make money. So she fucks with him and maybe he's attractive. He has good personality, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is like, yeah, I want to fuck with this girl. She going to be a nurse. We going to be good together. Everything is all good. Guy becomes a lawyer. He start making some good bread. She's still going to school. He paying off his debt. He doing his thing. He gets his shit right. His girl's a lawyer. His girl's a nurse now. She making good money. The lawyer says, well, hey, you're doing good. Like you could relax and you could do whatever. But the nurse is still trying to be ambitious. She's like, hey, I want to go back to school. I want to get this higher level degree. I want to try and be a doctor. I already know this. I could just do this. The husband pays for her. And then she becomes a doctor, and then now she's making a little bit more money than he's making at his little case. He finds she's around other doctors, and now she sees a doctor that makes more money, who's attractive and who's doing this and that, and then now she's cheating on her husband. Now that's a random scenario that is similar to a lot of other like real life stories that I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes down to hypergamy. I mean, realistically, when they were in college, she looked at him as a high value man. He was going to become some good, and he did. His only issue was paying for her to go to school and focusing on her instead of her finding a way to help him. If your husband goes to become a lawyer, you should become a secretary. You should learn how to file paperwork. You should learn how to help him if he wants to open his law firm. You want to go back to school, that is not taking hypergamy into account. You make more money, you're looking at people who make more money.
Mm-hmm.
As you rise, your husband declines in your eyes. For men, it's different. Men tend not to care how much money their girl makes. So, yeah, you would like a girl that makes a lot of money because you're hoping that she'll share certain things in common with you, where realistically, if you were to ever make less money than her, she would look at you as less.
Right. I agree on that.
And people
I
would
agree.
like not to look at it that way because it's like, yo, nah, like she loved me. I love her. Like, yeah, it's not about the bread. And that's the delusion that we face through right now because we don't understand what love actually is. We don't understand how men and females love differently and feel things differently and get attraction differently. And that's where the issue is, like, on a real long term. How you feel about that, Jordan?
No argument.
You agree?
No argument.
Can I get a yes or no? You agree?
He not trying to
I
give
agree.
his opinion.
I agree.
All right, word.
Okay, you agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's just been a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you done already?
I'm happy to be on
Not
here.
necessarily.
Nah, that's just,
Because it's like, I'm trying to get down to the point where, like, we diverged from the whole, like, post-nut clarity part, but it really comes down to, like, getting an understanding with how we view relationships, especially at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because most men, all right, let me give you an example, right? Years ago, there was a girl that I was attracted to,
Right.
and I didn't have the opportunity to talk to her, so I let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, we started working at the same job. It was interesting, but at that point in time, my homie, he was like, yo, I called dibs.
He was on that.
He was trying.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying.
He was trying.
He was trying. So, but I was like, you know what? You called dibs. I'm going to respect that. Go do your thing.
So you step back and
I
go
step
ahead.
back. I step back.
All
I step
right.
back.
oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Twan.
He
You
said,
wild-
"Oh
nah,
shit."
nah, 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 nah,
You know what I'm
nah,
talking
nah.
about, Twan.
He said,
Nah,
"Oh
nah, nah,
shit."
nah. We not even gonna do that. You wrong for letting him do that.
What? Nah, I'm not
For
wrong
that.
because
Because
realistically,
when he called dibs, you should have told him that shit. He used to fuck with that.
no, I never spoke to her before. Because like I said, I never had the opportunity to get
It's
her.
like a crush.
Yeah. You can say that.
Not
You can
that.
say that this time. But he called dibs, so I'm just like, yo, I really don't care that much. So go.
Wait,
for it
hold
if you
on
wanna go for
though.
it.
Was you on that though?
What you mean?
Like,
Was you on
like
her
when you
bumper,
found
nigga?
out she was working at the same job as you was like, "Oh shit, damn."
Yeah. I was like, yo.
What
nigga,
was you like this though? Like, oh
I
shit.
mean, I don't know. Maybe
You know when you start to get in the rubbing your
Yeah,
hands,
I
you
mi- I
on
might
shit.
have- I might have.
All right.
But so Pete, he was trying to get at her, but then he wasn't doing shit, bro.
Mhm.
Oh, he wasn't really
He
on
wasn't-
shit for real.
He wasn't. Now, mind you, right?
But called dibs on it.
Right. But at that point in time, I had ended up hanging with her through another friend because
Okay.
another friend was friends with her already.
But y'all just cool.
Yeah, well, we weren't really talking like that, and they ended up leaving. But she had came through before.
Oh,
the time
alright.
before. But we ain't have no.
But
like, talk,
was the energy weird?
Nah, I wouldn't say weird. It was just like she had a place that she don't know. Like she went with a friend to somebody like my crib, but somebody
Okay.
else's crib, and she wasn't really feeling the vibe, whatever. But she had met me before,
Right.
so my homie called dibs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He not doing shit. So at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna like try to help him. kinda.
Yeah.
So I start conversations with her.
Oh, you gonna try to put him on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right. But Pete, so we start having conversations and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, you smoke, blah, blah, blah. Like, we exchange numbers, and then, like, we start hanging out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, bro, come through. She coming through.
Right. You just set the whole
You
thing
set-
up for
yeah,
him. So
yeah,
you
yeah,
telling
yeah.
him,
Point
yo,
guard of the
like,
year.
slide.
So,
Holding a nigga hand.
Yeah.
I mean, but
You holding
I
his hand.
was trying to help. I was trying to help the homie, right?
It's cool. Alley
Yeah.
oop.
Yeah, that's for real. Now, at the time, he would come through a couple times. It was just, he just wasn't doing shit, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but at this point, me and her already cool. We hanging out, whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, you like, what are you doing? He was like, bro, I don't even care no more. Like, you could just go for it, blah blah blah. So I'm like, well, all right, cool.
That's when y'all got there.
Huh? No. This is after multiple times of me being like, bro, she's over here.
Oh shit!
through.
Like you
Like,
keep trying to
yeah.
put the bid in for him, but
Yeah.
he not
He
catching
peep-
the oop.
He
Probably
peeped
like-
He
the
not
dirty
catching
Mac.
the oop.
Probably like
Basically.
Probably like three times. I'm like, bro, she's coming through, or I just picked her up. Yo, bro, come over.
And he was just like, nah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, but whatever at the time. A couple times he came through, nothing, and then whatever.
Did
So-
a thought go through your mind?
He peeped
like,
the dirty Mac. That's
Nah,
what
that
it was.
wasn't a dirty man because that was
That was-
genuine.
yeah.
That was genuine.
It was
bro.
it was genuine. Like,
peeped the dirty Mac.
yo, like my man's trying to get at you type shit.
Well, no, I never said it to her because me and
As-
her was just cool.
You just tried to set
was
it
just
up for
like,
both
yeah.
of them to be there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you never-
Right.
Throw
So
the
you,
hoop.
so
Okay.
you never said like what you think about my man.
Never, bro.
So
That's
you never
dirty
threw
Mac.
his name. You
That's
never
dirty
threw his
Mac.
name in the
Not-
pot.
Bro. Me and her would hang out, and I would just invite this nigga over. I did not talk about him to her. ever.
Dirty Mac.
So it
Ever.
would it
That's
What
would
not Dirty
mean?
Mac. That's not
That's
Dirty
dirty
Mac.
Mac.
Oh,
That's
wait
like
no. Hold on. So it wouldn't be no type of conversation between those two.
no. I'm saying between me and her, we never spoke about the homie that was trying to get at her.
Okay.
But I would invite the homie to come because she was over, and he was saying he wanted to get her.
Yeah, but never really came at her.
Yeah, never really came at her.
All right.
So at that point, I asked him what's going on, whatever, and then he say he was trying to let it go because like he ain't feel the vibe, whatever. I'm just like, all right, cool. So I'm trying to get her now, but at that point, shit got complicated.
I want to. Can you explain the Dirty Mac? How is this Dirty Mac?
Because he know his man want to get her, and he never brings him up. That's Dirty Mac here.
But if he not, hold on. Yeah, listen, it's not because if he keep trying to throw the oop for him.
How is he throwing? He throwing an air
bro,
loop. He throwing
bro, he's throwing the oop because, bro.
I would do more than just put you in the location, son.
Because
bro,
I don't want to be the nigga that come out the crib and go in the car and it's my man and the girl I'm trying to fuck with in the front seat.
No, listen.
And I'm trying to get at
He never said it was even like that. He just said he set the environment up for him. So that being said, if you never shot your shot, it's like
And
I'm setting this up for no reason.
And I purposely
I can
got
invite
my
her
girl
over
60.
here. I can invite her over here with no problem and come right at her. Instead of just having you come over here
That's
and
Dirty Mac.
no, that's not Dirty Mac, bro,
Because
because
we
you're
were
not
just
going
cool,
at her,
bro. We were just friends. It was no flirting, no nothing.
You're
I
not
ain't coming
shooting
her
your shot,
way.
bro.
You're not shooting no
I ain't
shot.
coming her no type
That's
of way.
that's like me trying to throw you the oop and you don't never say nothing to her every time. And he said he did it on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
So it's like if you never gonna say nothing, bro, and I find interest in her, then I'ma shoot my shot.
But if
Cause
you,
it's like you
Hold
bullshit.
Hold up. Different scenario. Like if Mel got a friend, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to hide the friend.
Right.
He going to and he brings up multiple situations to get me in the room with his friend, with the friend. He did his job.
Cause it's like you can only say but so much.
Yeah.
but him in the room doesn't throw it off.
Me in the room?
Him, well, yeah,
But
well,
like in
the
this
friend.
situation, me
The
in
friend,
the room?
yeah.
But
Would you give a fuck?
Nah.
yeah.
Would you give a fuck?
No,
If you
but
really
still,
tryna
Hold up. Fuck that.
bro.
Ladies,
Hey,
if
would
he
you
really
give a
trying to
fuck?
shoot your shot at you, he don't give a fuck who's in the room.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts. But let me
You trying to
That's
justify?
Hold
You
up.
supposed to be
Because I
speaking
fucked
for the
away, but
queens
it's
out
bullshit.
there.
That's Dirty Maggie because he still ain't bringing your man up.
What?
No.
That's a handhold.
Hold up. That's
a
a
That's a
handhold.
handhold. That's a handhold.
He's already hand holding by multiple meetups.
It's like you
That's
gotta
you
actually
tryna-
talk
tryna
for the
spoon-
nigga.
Spoon feed a nigga.
Yeah.
You tryna spoon
That's not
feed a
spoon
nigga.
feeding if the girl don't know that you trying to throw the oop.
Bro, the girl obviously
Come
knows,
on,
bro.
Hold up.
You talking
Fuck
about
if the
serving
girl
on
knows or
platter,
not.
Come
bro.
on,
Bro, you talking about you want to get at the joint. Get at the joint. That's your responsibility.
But
it's
if-
your responsibility to holler at the shorty that you want.
But if your friend could put in a
Exactly.
good word,
Exactly.
and if, when he do put in that,
You
good,
want a
but
crutch.
look.
You
If he-
paraplegic.
if
You
he
want
do-
a
nigga
wheelchair.
should never be
He want a
relying on
wheelchair.
nigga
You want a
putting
nigga
in
to
work,
wheelchair
bro.
you to some pussy.
You
He
don't
want-
rely on your man.
That's
word?
what he want.
Hell no, bro.
Bro.
That's not your man. Then.
No, I'm saying like
No,
I'm not
you-
gonna get at a chick relying on my man's word, bro.
He wants a wheelchair to the pussy. He wants.
yeah.
Cause that right there is showing me you don't
Yes.
got no game.
That's
right
not.
there.
That's not. But if I can take the easy way, why would I take the hard way?
You hold up. Tell me.
It really ain't no easy way.
It
Do
is
you want
if
a
my
nigga
man
to
can throw
game your bitch for you?
Huh?
You want a nigga to game your bitch for you. That's
Exactly.
what that is. You want another
If
nigga
She
to
gonna
game
fuck
your
with
bitch.
your friend more than she
No
gonna fuck with
cap.
you.
Okay, but what if she tell your friend that she don't really fuck with you like that?
If she
Then
don't really
what?
fuck with
Then-
you like that, that's just her opinion on
I
you.
mean, that just is what
Exactly.
it
That's
So
it,
wouldn't
yeah,
it,
it
wouldn't
is
it
what
be
it is.
wouldn't it be reliable for your man to tell you?
is. Oh, stop.
Come
You
on.
No.
ass
Come on.
nigga.
No.
You
got a
should know
fear of
that.
rejection.
No.
Hold on,
You
real
should
quick,
know
real
that
quick,
off the rip.
Real quick, that is a fear of rejection right there. You said,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be better
That's
for
not
your
a
nigga
fear
to
of
reject you?
rejection.
Yeah,
That's
Wouldn't
it
it be better
is.
for your nigga to reject you than the bitch herself?
No, that's called doing it right, making a U-turn. So you don't gotta stop.
No,
at the
it
light.
ain't no
That's
U-turn.
called being scared to drive forward.
Nah. That's
Nah,
like
you
in a
just don't want to
race.
stop at the red light.
Bro, that's like
It's
me.
like you running late and you don't want to speed because you fear cops is coming.
Listen,
up in
Twine, that's like me.
I do that.
Look, listen, bro. That's like me giving you the ball on a fast break, bro, and you miss it.
Bro,
Wide open.
Well, if he don't pass on the ball, then what?
I'm passing you the ball though. I'm passing you the ball by setting it
I
up.
missed
You
the
not
fact
passing me the ball if you
in
don't
this
tell the
scenario.
shorty.
In this scenario, right? The meetups, that's you passing to me on a fast break. If I miss the fast
Exactly.
break 3 times in a basketball game, you're not gonna ball
Exactly.
The ball.
You're not.
I'm gonna just take
Listen,
the ball
you-
up myself.
Alright, so what if you pass
because
me-
you have determined that you cannot, you just can't do it, nigga.
Alright, what if it's a
Exactly.
bad pass?
Exactly.
We trying to win.
What if it's a bad pass?
Exactly.
This is not a bad pass. I'm
It is a
putting you
bad
in the
pass
room-
because you're not telling the shorty that.
I'm putting you in the room with the girl. What you want? Assault? You want it to be passed how you want it to be passed?
He trying to catch a oop on a
It's
fast
like
break.
you'll only make a fast break
Yo.
if you pass
So
it
you never
how I like
wanted
it
to
to
alley-oop.
be
Exactly.
passed.
He want her,
Exactly.
yo,
He want a flashy pass.
Yeah, you gotta make that play, nigga.
He ain't want
You
the bounce
gotta make
pass.
that
He
play.
ain't want the bounce
So
pass. He
you-
want the one behind
So
the back.
you finna sit here and tell me that you never said to your marriage, yo, put me on.
I did. And
Nah,
however,
I personally never
however
have.
they ever. No, listen. I've asked my mans to put me on with something before, and however they set it up, I'm just gonna have to work with how they set it up.
Yeah.
Hold up, niggas is
That's
not,
even if I want to really get at her.
for most of that scenario, niggas not even boosting you up. It comes down to
That's
niggas
not
like,
your
yo,
man if he
hold
not
up, hold
boosting
up,
you
hold up, hold up. Man, it's like, yo, my man's trying to talk to you.
That's
Type
showing
shit.
me you don't
But
have no
it's-
game.
That's not.
Hold
It's
up.
your man helping
No,
you.
it's not. It's no help, bro. Niggas put other niggas on with bitches by putting them in a scenario where they could talk their shit.
So you never
That's
put,
putting a nigga on.
you never put your man on a shorty and never bigged him up.
No,
Come on, we.
I didn't. I didn't.
Come on.
I have.
Come
But
on.
hold up.
Yeah.
But this was a whole scenario. We was all friends. And I was on some dicky and shit.
You was.
It's like,
you was
and my man's
dicking-
already had other bitches.
So you was trying to get him some pussy.
Yeah.
All right, that's your man's.
But it's like
wrong with
I
that?
was okay. You know how I get. I'll
wrong
be
with
joking.
that?
Yeah, like
It's
you
what's
like
up
yo,
with this?
like
yeah, bro. He be thinking
That's
about
what
you.
I'm
What's
saying.
up?
but
You
it's-
really
you're not really
spoon-feeding
helping
him
if
for
you
real.
don't ever
Yeah.
tell the
All
shorty.
right.
That's dirty Mike. if you
But
don't
it's
never
like
tell the
I
shorty.
low key knew he wasn't
Alright,
even.
How is it?
he
on
wasn't
that type
really
time
on that
because
type time,
anyway.
You
Yeah.
didn't. You didn't really help him get the shorty, and you knew beforehand, and then you end up getting with her.
No, I didn't get with her.
Well, you fucked her.
I did not. You ain't let me finish the story.
Oh,
Yo,
my fault.
don't put
I'm
that
not gonna
on me.
hold. I definitely did cut it out. I was trying to figure out why I was dirty macking.
Okay. But like I was saying, bro, it definitely was not dirty macking because one, I told him up front that if he was trying to get at her, I was going to take the step back.
right?
I literally was the one that got cool with her because, I mean, yeah, she was cool and all that, but I was trying to help my homie. Homie came through and he didn't do what needed to be done.
Wait,
That
let me
being-
stop you real quick.
Yeah.
So you said y'all started off as friends, like y'all was just cool, right?
Yeah.
Did a thought come through your mind, like yo, like
maybe I should get out the car.
no,
What?
like yo, like I'm trying to get at that real quick.
No, not while my homie told me he was trying to get her still.
Respect.
It's like
Respect.
if he was like, but at the same time, the moment this nigga said, "Yo, I'm trying to get at her," I was like, "I got you." And the moment he was like, "Yo, you know what? I don't even care no more. I'm gonna let it go." I was like, "Yo, I want to get at her."
Right. Like, was it instantly you?
Pretty much, but here's the bullshit. And honestly, we got so distracted from my point of bringing up this story because once I got to that point of like, yeah, my homie, he don't care no more, so I could get at her. We good. Everybody is in, like, we understand what the deal is, whatever.
Yeah.
She ended up telling me that she had a boyfriend and she thought they was broken up, but like she talked to this nigga and they still together.
And this is a whole nother dude that
Whole
you
nother-
two
I
don't even know about.
I've never fucking knew. My homie never fucking knew. Like, we never talked about this nigga ever.
Right.
Whatever.
So it was like, damn.
It was like,
Like,
damn.
was you kind of like salty at the moment?
But see, here's my thing. I was a different nigga at the time. I was a-
Elaborate.
I was a completely different nigga. I was a soft beta blue bitch. Not going front. Like, I was that's just who I was at the time. I went about certain things right, but then what I thought was right and wrong has changed since then.
So how did you feel?
I felt
like, at
away
that moment?
because I was ready to be like, yo, so what's up? I'm fucking with you, whatever.
Right.
But then
And you thought she was just gonna go for it.
I mean, at the time, I didn't know how she was gonna go for it. I didn't really care. I was just gonna shoot my shot.
Right.
But I find out she had a nigga, and she dealing with all these emotions and all this bullshit. So at the time, I felt like it would be wrong for me to bring that shit up and it's like, oh, you dealing with whatever. I realize now I should have brought that shit up. I was being a little bitch. Like I didn't bring not even being a bitch out of fear, but like out of what I
Like
thought was
you
right.
felt like as a man you should have said something.
No, now, yeah.
Now, yeah.
But at the time, I felt like the right thing to do would be like, oh, don't say it now. If she's dealing with this, let her sort through her feelings and blah, blah, blah. Where I realize now that was some bullshit. Now, bunch of shit happened, but at a certain point in time, she ended up figuring out how I felt about her. Somebody had slipped their tongue and shit, told her some shit they shouldn't have. So me and her ended up having the whole conversation. And
Good conversation.
I thought it was good at the time. Instead of telling me like, yo, I don't really feel that way about you, we should just be friends and blah blah blah. Like I was ready for that, and I was been like, all right, whatever, because like she was cool. I fucked with her, but I never got to have sex with her. But I'm saying like, I fucked with her as a person,
right?
So I would have been cool being friends as long as I knew what it was on her side. But when she was like, oh, like I was like, yeah, my bad, I'm sorry, blah blah, like apologizing for my feelings,
right?
Being on some bitch shit. But she was like, oh, no, I don't feel bad about your feelings. I'm just dealing with a lot, like just not right now and blah, blah, blah. So the way she
tried to give you like the whole speech or whatever.
Not even. Like
the hope.
The
hope
speech. Yeah, the way she worded it was like, not right now, like let her deal with these emotions and then she'll come at me type of. And me being that little scarcity mindset ass nigga at the time, I was waiting on the bitch.
You was actually waiting on her.
Like, yeah, like I bet you about to break up with this nigga, whatever.
Wow.
And nothing ended up ever happening, and I ended up addressing it like straight up, like, yo, what's going on, and blah blah blah. And then that's where she kept it a buck, and then we stopped talking after that. But mainly, I should say she stopped talking to me once I made it clear like what I was trying to get at.
Right.
And at the time, I remember something echoing in my head where it was like, yo, you try to come at a girl and she say, let's just be friends. And they'd be like, yo, why can't you just be friends with her? A guy said, no, I'm not trying to just be friends. And then another person be like, yo, is all she good for is sex? Like, why can't you just be friends? Like, don't you want friends and shit like that?
Yeah.
That's such a trap.
It is.
It's a trap.
It
Because
is.
realistically, right, I did not address you looking for a friend. I was attracted to you. Now, maybe in our particular case, it's a little bit different because we were just cool first. But if you, and like I said, had she said, let's just be friends, I would have been cool with that. But you can't just be friends with a girl that you want to fuck.
Yes, you can.
No, listen to me.
You can't.
No, listen. If you
Feelings
want
get
to,
involved.
I'm saying, if you want to fuck, listen, hear me out. If you
Mr.
see a
Smith.
girl and you want to fuck her, and you come at her from the point of wanting to fuck, not on no friend shit, and you wanna like you trying to be on some sneaky shit, get cool with her first, and then
You trying to shoot your shot.
You trying to shoot your shot.
Shooting your shot.
If you come at it from shooting your shot off rip, and she hits you with the let's just be friends, drop that bitch. Do not speak to her no more. Let it go.
And fellas, that's y'all problem. Y'all
Niggas be
feed
staying
into
friends
that
out of hope.
and try to be friends with them,
So are you?
and then find out
Y'all living
like,
a hope
damn,
dream.
y'all living a
friends
hope dream. That's why
Hold
I
on.
go back at the hope speech.
Are y'all friends with any of your exes?
No.
No.
Oh, who do you want to say?
Like it's I wouldn't say like I hate them, but it's no hard feelings. Like
See,
There's
I'm
no
not
reason
saying-
to
I'm not saying
speak.
you
Communication.
can't be.
it's
You
no
can-
it's no
you can
point
see
of
each other and
communication.
speak.
Yeah.
You can see each other and speak.
My exes, no.
It's no
I mean, maybe
it's
one,
no
maybe one of them, but I probably wouldn't.
it's no reason for communication at all.
So you can't say just hot. Or
No,
What's
like-
the point?
Yeah, just like a
You
polite
were-
gesture the most.
You were the past.
But it's about why you broke up.
Yeah, it goes into all that. I mean, if y'all ended on good terms or whatever, I mean,
I feel you.
that's you.
Yeah, I'm a good term.
But nah.
Well, honestly, I really do think it goes into how you go about certain situations. Most dudes, and that's why I went into that whole story, was because of having felt that, yo, you don't want me? All right, I'm going to move on. That was my natural instincts as a man, I feel like. Whereas, based on society and how people around me were conditioning me, they were like, well, why do you have to cut her off? Can't you just be friends? Whereas a normal nigga is going to be like, I mean, why would I want to be friends with you now? It's
Exactly.
like, I was attracted to you. I didn't know nothing about your personality. I was talking to you so I could fuck, and I didn't fuck. So why am I speaking to you? I mean, now, as a woman will do whatever she can to get her validation.
Mm-hmm.
You could take a woman out on a date, and that don't mean she fucking likes you. She could have just been bored that night.
Right.
Whereas,
She using you.
I mean, but I'm saying, I'm not
In
saying
a
that's
way.
always the case, but I'm saying a woman has that option.
So
Whereas a nigga has to accept a friendship when a girl doesn't like him.
Can I pose a question? It's like it's a question that you've already said.
Okay.
It's like, can a woman really truly respect you when you're okay with not getting what you want?
Why do you feel that way?
Because
Whoa!
What
Mel.
convinces you?
Absolutely not.
If she know
Let him
you
speak.
wanted to fuck,
Uh-huh.
if she know you wanted to fuck, and you're cool with just being friends, could she really respect you after that?
Why can't she?
Why can't she? Do you want? All right. Let me not get condescending here. I don't want to be that guy. When you say why can't she, to me, I think you have a misunderstanding of male-female nature and what attracts and retains relationships.
One of my best friends, and I'm not gonna say her name. We used to. Well, we wanted to fuck each other, but now that's my dog.
Okay.
So
All right. So let me ask you a question. You know, you listen to the can women have platonic male friendships, right?
yeah.
So you've heard how we went over the definition of the like word platonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you used to fuck around with this particular friend.
Never fucked.
Never. You say you never fucked.
Never fucked. But we wanted to.
Can you elaborate?
Opportunity and present itself.
What does that mean?
So you wanted to hit
Hold
it,
on,
but
let
you
him-
No,
no,
nobody
no,
shot
no.
they shot.
Yeah,
Hold
nobody
up.
shot
And then just
Hold
stagnated.
on, give me and Jordan a second, real quick. What does that mean? The opportunity never presented itself.
What you mean?
Like what? She never
Never-
had the free crib. You never had the free crib.
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't never have cars.
No.
So like this was like a young situation.
Yeah.
How young? About 16?
Yeah. 17 years.
About 16, 17, something like that. All right, so I can understand that in that particular scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you this, right? If she was to hit you up at 2 a.m, you was at a party, you just getting home, you still awake, you probably about to chill for a little bit, you off the next day, and she say, yo, I'm horny, I want you to come over, and she live 10
I'm
minutes
not
down
doing
the
it.
road. You not doing it.
Nope. Because I know it's just a moment. Or she's just horny.
And you wouldn't fuck her.
Nope.
Now, when you look at her, do you look at her like? Do you still find her sexually attractive? Like, would you fuck under the right circumstances?
No.
Cap. I was waiting.
I would.
Cap. You been capping.
He been capping because if she
You
was
been
throwing
capping.
that ass back on him, he's hitting.
You know what? I fucked up.
She-
I fucked up.
My fault,
Hold up, stop.
but he
I
been
fucked up.
capping.
No. I forgot. Because he got a queen, bro.
What does that mean? Well, we're not talking about my...
I mean, we already discussed your concerns on how your queen would
But
feel if she
my
saw
queen would
this.
have a problem with that.
We did.
I mean,
Hold
your
up.
queen would definitely have a problem if
Yeah.
you said you would fuck.
You
if
can
she
yeah
hit
you
up.
cannot
of
say
course
that
you're not
because you
gonna
are
say
in a
what needs to be
relationship.
said.
Nah, but that...
You right.
I
You right.
see-
I forgot
see
about
what
that
you're doing. I see
completely.
what, that ain't got nothing to do with it. I see what you're doing.
I mean,
I see what
Look,
you're
that's
doing.
why. That's why I said he's speaking for all the beautiful black queens out there.
Oh, love and the light-skinned ones with the big foreheads.
Oh,
Yo, Jordan. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Simptastic.
Let me know.
What?
Stop, Jordan. I'm
Mr.
disappointed.
Simptastic.
This is a good episode.
Nah, this is a good episode, but
Come
yo, Jordan, I'm disappointed, bro.
Disappointed in what?
I'm disappointed because I feel like I feel like the way you was talking before, like not but like before today, but like just as we discussed you coming on, I didn't know you were in a relationship, so I understand. But I expected more freer words.
That's
and
free.
perspective.
Yo, just because
Honestly,
I don't agree or I don't.
No, it's because you won't voice your opinion.
That is my opinion.
No, when you go,
Right,
When
like
you
it's
do
like
that-
he holding back.
No
something.
argument.
No.
Yeah, no argument.
When you say no argument, I'm just like, that's
Nigga,
that's
like-
I
that's
expected
wifey.
this.
Nigga, like I
expected
plead the
this, though.
fifth.
I expected this.
Expected
That's why I was like,
this.
this
I
gonna be a
don't
good
like that. I don't
He
like
podcast.
won't
that.
even
like
plead
that.
the fifth because that's too like like pleading the fifth is like
Pleading
a
the
whole
fifth,
sentence.
pleading the fifth is pussy. I ain't that.
It's not pussy.
It
It's
is
honest.
pussy.
That's more
Yeah,
I was
honest
about
than
to say, yeah.
no argument. I plead the fifth is more
I
honest.
feel
than
like
no
you
argument.
plead the
Yes.
fifth, you not entertaining.
No, you
what you
plead the-
asking.
No, keep it about.
You're
You
gonna
plead the
incriminate
fifth,
yourself.
That's like, look, I'm not gonna say nothing to incriminate myself, so I'm gonna be quiet. Versus no argument is like, man, I'm scared. I'm good.
That's not it.
Plead the
I just
fifth,
ain't got.
you plead the fifth.
To a yes or no question?
You admit that there's something to say, but you are using intelligence to say that now is not the time to say it.
So
how I
that's
plead the
pussy.
fifth.
If you,
It's not
Not-
pussy. That's intelligent. When you say no argument, I think that's pussy.
if
Plead-
I wanted
plead
to
the
say
fifth
it,
is
it don't
smart.
matter the time.
He said no argument a couple times.
His no argument
I
is
said-
pleading the fifth.
Right.
That's how he plead the
Yeah,
fifth.
that's how he
said
plead the
no
fifth.
argument.
No argument.
That's how you say no argument. No argument.
Well,
Listen,
no
what you
argument,
say
no
last
argument.
episode? If you had a button,
Yeah,
He
hold
had
on,
to
but
press the
I
button.
do want to address something else though, because this is funny. I've had this with like other friends too, like when we have certain debates and conversations, right? Where you said you felt like you was getting tag team at a couple points, right?
Pause.
All right, pause. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I got it.
But
I know who you.
do you feel as though it was more so our differing opinions that you felt made it a tag team, or do you feel like we were purposefully like just
No,
agreeing with one another
No,
to
it
go
was,
against you?
it was definitely purposely because in the car just a couple minutes ago, nigga was like,
no,
yeah.
we not talking about what happened in the car.
No, bring it up.
Yeah.
No, bring it. Let him finish. I wanna.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to a person to respond completely. In the car a couple minutes ago, what?
They both said, "Oh, I got questions just for you."
Yeah. I mean, so all right, if we have questions for you, or if they have questions in particular for you, that's not necessarily a tag team. That's just like you had time to prepare.
Let me get. Can I go? Cause niggas did say that. Niggas said that
Yeah.
because
did.
niggas knew that our perspective and our ideologies was different,
I just
and niggas wanted to dig into that, not to come at you, but to get the difference of opinion. It's like when you make a face.
Yeah, it's like the facial expressions. That's what's
Yeah,
throwing
it's
us
like
off.
I can
Body
tell you
language.
don't agree. So every time you did it, I'ma automatically be like, hold up. What do you think? Because I know for a fact you don't.
You know,
fuck
he
with
start
so.
to
It's like, yo,
sucking
and
the
it's like
teeth.
What if I
niggas
just,
trying to dig
Hold
into
on,
the
hold on.
differences as
what
opposed to
I
just coming
I'll,
at you.
I'll just get the other side of the argument. That's all.
I mean, you could be the devil's advocate as long as you acknowledge you're the devil's advocate. If you acknowledge that you're speaking for the other side opposed to your own personal beliefs, then we're good. But if you acknowledge it without referring to either or, then I have no choice but to assume it's your personal belief.
You didn't say devil advocate. You said no argument.
Yeah.
every time.
Almost as though you're admitting that the other side has no argument.
Ain't that tag team? Ain't that tag team?
No,
Ain't that tag team?
That's not tag
No.
team.
Pause. Pause. Yeah.
Nah,
That's
fuck the
wild.
pause. But for real, it's not tag teaming at this point. It's more so of, you know how Jay-Z said, if everybody's crazy, I'm the one who's insane.
For sure.
If you in a group of 4 and 3 out of 4 disagree with the one, is everybody crazy or are you just insane? It's like, it's not a tag team if niggas trying to tell you the truth, but if you the only one that disagree, Of course, it's a tag team where niggas is really not tag team, and it's not even personal. It's just
It's like they trying to.
it's observational.
Yeah.
And if you refuse to see it, you could feel tag team because of how hard you cling on to your personal opinion and how hard you fight off the logic.
I get that. But niggas purposefully said in the car, yo, I got questions.
But
just for you.
and I acknowledge that, right? 'Cause
Now
the
we going
questions-
back to the
No,
car.
no, no,
Not even that.
We're
It's just
good. The
intuition.
questions-
I can see the future.
But no,
I already know it's going to come to this.
The questions don't
By the faces
diverge
you've
from
made.
the point, right? The questions don't diverge from the point. Because if people say, yo, we got questions for you, we said that in the car, and that's real. Because when we were in the car, you acknowledged certain things, or you said certain things that implied certain positions, certain feelings on certain topics. So when we actually get to the point of conversation, we can see where we disagree, where we do agree, and we can see where, oh, wow, okay, you feel this way because of that. Or we can ask the question and try to get a deeper insight onto why you feel the way you feel. So when you say it's a tag team, it comes off as disingenuous because
I agree, I agree.
we already acknowledge that, okay, you feel this way, you see that we feel a different way. But opposed to saying which way is right and wrong, we have to discuss the logic of either side and then break down the statistics to support either or.
I feel you. I agree. You got it.
He said you got it.
Nah, but no, I know you understood what I was saying, though.
Yeah, but
Because, like, honestly, it fucks me up. Like, growing up, like, you ever seen the movie, I think it's The Devil Wears Prada? Oh, no, not that. Not Devil Wears Prada. The Intern or some shit. It's Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro.
Okay.
Robert De Niro,
Never seen it.
he got fired from his job, and he ends up becoming an intern to Anne Hathaway's company. It's some type, I don't know if it was fashion or something, but he works in the office, and he's an intern. He's just trying to get a couple years in to finish it. Like, he's working in retirement, whatever the situation is. He gets cool with a bunch of people. Now, the whole point is that Anne Hathaway's character is the boss. She runs the company, and her husband is a stay-at-home husband. Now, in that movie, it's really cool because to a certain extent, you see the husband raise their kid, and then she comes home and he supports her in the same way a housewife would support their wife. The only problem with visuals like that is that it's unrealistic. That movie is a cool movie. I liked it. Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway become cool and all that. That's fantastic. But when we look at statistics of women in relationships with men that make less than them, and we look at the divorce rate, we look at the marriage rate first, and then look at the divorce rate. Shit's fucked up. When we look at the divorce rate in general, shit's fucked up. It's women leaving niggas. So when we look at how successful marriages work, we look at the jobs that they have, the amount of kids that they have, home ownership, like longevity. We see certain correlations. When we don't fulfill our roles, we're unsuccessful in general. That's not to say that you might not got that one family where the dude could be the stay-at-home dad. But realistically, a woman is going to want somebody better than her.
Right.
Just because you make more money doesn't make you better than your woman, and vice versa. But women want niggas who are better than her. They want you to be healthy. They want you to have game. They want you to have experience. They want you to have bread. They want all these things, and you might not make more money. She might be the breadwinner, but as long as you maintain your role, maintain your frame for the family, you're good. But when a woman is the head of the family, it tends to be less successful. When women have the first choice, it tends to be less successful. I forget where exactly I heard this. This might have been a book. This might have been a video. This might have been something. But they were talking about how there was this painting that represented something in Africa, right? Where I forget exactly what it's called, but it showed invaders coming to the shore, and you got the husband, the leader of the family, he's standing looking forward, and then you got the child, the son, he's looking forward, and then you got the woman who's looking up towards the sky.
Right.
And that was meaning to show that women are looking up at all times. Women are more spiritual, they're more emotional, they're looking for better, where men tend to focus on what's more in front of them. The man has the first say, the woman makes the decision afterwards. It's a difference between saying, babe, what do you want to eat? versus saying, babe, yo, we either gonna get Mexican or we gonna get Italian. What you want? It's a difference. It's not to say a woman has no say. It's that the man has the final say.
Right.
Regardless, you said Mexican or Italian. You provided the options. She chose.
Mm-hmm.
You were cool with either or. You have the final say. Either we eat Mexican or Italian. She has the final choice. That's how shit works. The more money she makes, the more she expects of you, and the lower she looks at you as. You can make a lot of money and you get fat. You can get depressed and act like a bitch. You fuck up. I'm a depressed ass nigga too. I need therapy. But what I'm saying is, I realized that within the dynamic, these are what matter. And that's what attracts one to the other.
Right. See, wow.
No, go ahead.
Wow,
You keep
yeah,
trying to hold your
you-
tongue over here.
But you was like,
Yeah,
you did a lot,
killing me.
bro. Like you wanted to say something.
Hey,
So
listen,
niggas
he
is
killing
waiting.
me. He killing me over here, sucking his teeth. He killing me.
Yeah, it's like niggas hear that. It's like, go ahead. This is a platform. When you do shit like that, it means you want to speak, and niggas gonna let you
Exactly.
speak.
No, it don't.
But then when niggas give you
a
opportunity to
reaction.
speak, you feel like it's just go ahead.
He feel like it's an invasion on him.
Bong.
Nah, he got the force field up for his queen.
I don't. I just don't want that woman, man.
That's just
All right, so let me ask you some questions as we about to end this, right? How long you been with your queen?
5 months.
5 months?
Mm-hmm.
You make more money than her?
Mm-hmm.
All right, word. Are you older than her?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that you're stronger and taller than her?
For sure.
You say yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what she wants to do with her life yet?
Do I know?
What she wants to do with her life as of now?
No.
No. Okay, if you don't mind answering this, I mean, I don't know. I hope you share this, but if you're afraid your queen see this, it's okay if you don't. But you could still answer this question. After you met her, how long from the moment you met her to the moment you first smashed?
What'd you say?
When you met your girl,
Uh-huh.
how long did it take for you to smash? From the moment you said, "Hey, my name is my name," and you smashed, how long was that? Was that like a week, 2 weeks, month, 2 months?
Keep it a bean.
No bullshit. Maybe a month.
All right, so in that month, right?
Maybe.
In that month,
He said, baby.
in that month, were you talking to other girls?
Maybe.
Keep it a bean.
Maybe.
No, don't.
Bro, just go. I was.
All right, cool. So you were talking to other girls, so that makes sense. That's good. You were spinning your plates. That's fine. Now, within that, do you think she was talking to other guys?
For sure.
She was talking to other guys. So a month in, you get to the point of smashing. At the point that you smashed, did you feel she was talking to no other guys anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Wait,
now,
wait. Hold on. So, after you smashed,
Mm-hmm.
you thought she was still talking.
Yeah, nobody put it down like me.
Wait, you thought
okay,
she?
all right.
you had all
still
that.
talking
No,
to niggas?
hold on.
That,
Come on.
I be
Yo,
feeling the same
alright,
way.
I feel you,
like that's
but
one of
Twan-
the.
Wait, you?
That's
But
one
you
of the
said
shits
you
you
put it
got,
down though.
but-
Yeah.
Nah, hold up.
Slippery slope,
Nah, I
bro.
still disagree. I still disagree with that.
Slippery
Those
slope.
opinions because, like, a nigga can never fuck around and think that just because he has a certain level of sex, I guess, that's going to tie a woman down entirely. It's a big help, but that's not entirely, like, that's not the entire way a woman looks at you and values you and wants to retain you. But I asked that question to get a deeper understanding of your relationship so I could view how you feel the way you feel. So you met your girl, it took you about a month, you know you had other options, she had other options. What about her made you say, yo, I want to make her my girl?
That just happened. It don't.
No, I mean, I need something more direct. What about her because you, like you said, you was talking to other girls. So, what made you say? Was it that she was the only one that was like fucking you, or was it something else?
Right, it had to be like something inside you that
Because
made you think like, yo,
if she was the only one giving you pussy,
Yeah.
you could say that, and that could be your answer. You wifed her up because she was giving pussy. But if she had other traits that you was like, yo, she better than these other bitches, I want to wife her up. What were those things?
Why cut further than the other joint that you were smashing at that time?
basically.
Yeah.
You want to throw the 5? You want to throw the 5?
I'd rather you, nah, for real though, just before you even answer, this the big cap, no bullshit. And I smell bullshit. I'm not saying, stop. I'm not saying you're bullshitting. What I'm saying is, I give you the opportunity to put the 5 up so the bullshit can stay in the pamper, bro.
It ain't.
But he
I
throwing
talk
a
my
5
shit.
up, giving out bullshit.
Nah,
like,
he
but
ain't
were you
throwing
willing
the
to,
5
were you
up.
willing to unravel the pampers? Like,
You can just throw the 5 up, but like keep it a buck.
you see it?
What about your girl, beyond you being sexually attracted to her, beyond her giving you the pussy? Because if you tell me she was the only one that was giving you some pussy, and so you made her your girl, I can accept that and respect that. If you tell me you was fucking 3 out of the 5, but she was just, it was something about her, then you could say that. I just want to know, what was it about her?
What if I don't know what that was?
Then I feel like you're going off of emotion instead of logic, and you can start the clock.
So nothing,
So that
nothing
is-
clicked in your head, like yo, like she's the one. Like
I
yo,
never-
like
I
I
never
want to
said
be
that.
with her.
I never said
I mean, we
You
ain't got to
never
go
said
into
that.
the she's the one. It's early as fuck for that. But I'm saying, what
No,
about
but
her
I'm
makes
saying
you
he
want to wife
made,
her up?
he made her his girl.
But you said not. Why you meant she's the one, like
Yeah, like
girlfriend.
like she is. Yeah.
When you say
Well, I'm
she's the one,
saying that
like
just
niggas think
happened
of
that
rings
way.
and shit. You gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah, not the one, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
like I want to be with her instead
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
the other girls that I'm talking to.
Right. What about her was different that made you want to say, yo, this is my girl?
What if I don't know what that is?
Then I say you were going off of emotion instead of logic, and you could start the clock. What's your longest relationship?
A year or 2.
Would
Almost
you like
2
to? Are you comfortable speaking on that relationship right now?
I don't know. That was a long time ago.
It was your longest relationship, though, right?
Yeah.
How young were you?
17.
17. Okay, it was about a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, were you friends with her first?
For sure.
How long were you friends with her?
I have no clue. That was a long time ago. Probably let's give about 2, 3, cause she lived.
3 months?
Yeah.
Were you attracted to her when you first saw her?
For sure.
Okay, what were you doing at the time? Were you getting good grades? You on a basketball team? You on like
Neither.
neither? Did you dress well? Were you healthy?
Average.
You were healthy?
Healthy. Nah. Yeah. Well, I ain't fat.
You had a certain amount of confidence, you would say?
He was a ball player back then.
I was never on the ball team. Could have been.
I mean, you.
See,
ain't
all right,
put it out there,
but without getting too deep, the reason I'm asking is because the younger you are, sometimes the harder it is to view certain things, but sometimes it can be easier, right?
Mhm.
So I ask those questions because if you were to bring up and say, hey, we met at a younger age, I was attracted to her, we were friends first. Well, anytime you're attracted to a woman and you don't shoot your shot, you're scared. But if you,
Nah, what if I'm just calculating my approach?
I mean, no, most niggas are scared.
Why wait though if you feel like you can
But
approach that
and
situation?
that comes from scarcity. A nigga's scared of fucking up the opportunity.
Ow.
No, people, a nigga's scared of fucking up the opportunity, so they want to plan and make sure they do it right because they don't think they're gonna get another chance like that again. It's not saying that it's dumb, but it does base itself in scarcity to a certain point. Now you see the girl, you become cool with her, you start hanging out, whatever. Maybe she sees something within you that she likes. She sees a certain amount of confidence, attraction, whatever. You get with the girl. The longer the relationship lasts, the better your balance was. When you fuck up in your balance, when she fucks up in her feminine, you fuck up in your alpha, you're done. And that's all it is. You could have and I've heard all these different stories of different people where you could have a nigga that got a job, he owns a store, he owns a company, he owns whatever the fuck he got, and then his girl want to do X, Y, and Z, so he takes out a loan for her to go to school, and then he goes into debt, he's fucking up, his business goes down, her business goes up, she makes money, she dips off. And that's natural for her. Whereas most of the time, if a man gets with a woman, like you see a bunch of women that are maybe not the top tier of attractiveness, but they have men that are attractive because they fulfill the duty they need. Now, whether that nigga is cheating and fucking other girls, that's a whole other conversation for a whole other pot. But the issue is they stay with each other, whereas other people break up. So do we understand how to properly stay within our balance?
You look like you wanted to speak on that.
Oh
first.
no, I'm just.
Decide through, you know.
Yeah. I would just say we don't, for real.
Okay.
Like, try to truly stay within our balance, understand one another, do what needs to be done. Most men are lazy fucks, and we need to get our shit together.
For sure.
A lot of women are
Fellas,
entitled fucks, and they need to level set. Just because you a man, don't make you a fucking man. You gotta work to become a man. You just a little boy.
And lazy and entitlement do not go together.
Right.
At all.
And if you a fucking, like, just because you got a penis don't make you a man. You a boy until you prove yourself a man. Just because you got a pussy don't make you a wife or a mother. You gotta earn that and prove it.
Facts.
And that's what it is.
This nigga spitting.
No bullshit. He is.
It is. Raise your value. Men out there, go to the gym. Get your bread, save your money, invest, discover your purpose, work on it.
Listen, fellas, do
Women,
not be.
go to the gym, find a man, keep your body count low,
Yeah.
be a good wife, find a nigga that you can trust in and respect, and he will do everything he needs to for you.
How can you tell men to say raise their value, but then get mad at the woman that has the higher value?
Because women and men are not valued the same. A woman making $1 million does not raise her value. A man making $1 million raises his value. A woman is born with her innate value, and it declines over time. It can be increased in certain ways, but it declines over time. A woman, as soon as she comes out of her mother's vagina, she's going to be as beautiful as she naturally can be, as long as she has a healthy diet and is raised correctly. Post beauty, it comes down to, did her mom teach her how to cook, how to sew?
Absolutely.
Did she learn how to be submissive? Did she learn how to be cooperative? Does she have any outside skills that help me in my life? A woman is born with her value. Her focus is on retaining her value. Every nigga she fuck, she drops a point. A nigga is born without value. He has to raise his value.
I don't mean to stop you, but like the amount of bodies you got, I always said like a woman's stock goes down.
Doesn't
Like,
matter.
What you mean? It doesn't matter. Whoa.
Body doesn't matter.
Niggas never prosper. Used to fall in love and now I keep them on the roster.
They start
Never
singing
was
the
the
song
type
when
to
it's
call a bitch a bitch. But now I say I love because these bitches love it. Yo,
God damn.
bro.
Listen.
Just because a
if
four
your
has
body
$1 million.
count- Listen, if your
She
body
not an
count
8
up
now.
there, your stock goes down.
Hold on, why do you disagree though, Jordan? You telling me you gonna marry an ugly girl who makes $1 million because you make $1 million?
No.
So what exactly are you saying? Because that contradicts your whole point.
No, I'm just saying.
The difference becomes once a man makes $1 million, he gets more options.
No, we're
Once
just
a
talking
woman
about
starts
body,
making,
and
Okay.
body.
Okay.
So
Nice.
does a large amount of bodies not make you less
I mean,
attracted to a woman?
An unnecessary amount does.
What's unnecessary? Give me a number.
Like if
Over
you're
10.
if you're 23 and got 10.
If you 23
Well, I
and
mean,
got
if
10
you're 23
bodies,
and got 10. If you're 23 and
How
got
old
10,
are you
that's
again?
allowed.
how old are you again, bro?
23.
You 23. All right. I'm literally. Well, when you turn 23?
April.
Oh, so you just turned 23.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not much older than you. Like I'm 25. And when I tell you that if you say 10 bodies at 23 is that's your limit, you like, yeah, that's a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of 23, I think you're a little bit deluded. When I was 23, that wasn't my expectations. At this point, a girl that's 23 to the ages of 25, 26, 27 is probably going to have a body a year.
At least.
A body a year. She's
like,
going to have about 20.
20, yeah.
She's going to have
At
about
least
20
about
bodies.
20, bro. 20.
That's not horrible. Hold on, let me ask you a question. Hold on, this is actually funny. I know.
Speaking for
I know. Hold on.
He's
I know
speaking
you.
for the
Hold on,
queen.
stop. You never watched the Fresh and Fit podcast. It's actually not funny. Okay, how many men do you think are like healthy, 18 to like 50, something like that? How many men do
18
you
to 50.
think like in that or 18 to 40 men though?
Mm-hmm.
Heterosexual men. How many men, percentage-wise, do you think are sexually active with women?
Like, you want him to give, like, a percentage.
I don't know that.
Guess, percentage-wise. You as a man, and you observing your fellow man, what would you say the percentage of your fellow man of getting pussy, sexually active, percentage out of 100? Take a guess. It could say a lot, for real.
I
for
say
real.
about 60. Because it's definitely some.
I would say at least 70% of that.
It's some bozo. It's a lot of bozo out here.
Would you like to know the actual number?
What?
About 10 to 20%
That's
of men
hot dog is on big cat.
are actually. Oh no, and it's legit. We could pull this shit up. We gonna pull this shit up, but about 10 to 20%,
Wow.
10 to 20% of
That's all I
all
gotta say about
heterosexual men are actually getting pussy.
Was this on Tinder? Was this not the Tinder's?
Yeah, this is when they took like the Tinder, the Plenty of Fish, the
Yeah.
Bumble, like
So there
all
was
those
like
shits.
10 to 20% of men fuck 80 to 90%
That was
of women on Tinder.
off, like, dating sites?
Yeah, but how the hell they
what's
know
that?
who I fuck?
Well, no. See, here's how we determine. So, within looking at these different like dating apps and so on and so forth, right? The one reason why we can look at it as more accurate to a certain extent is because of the anonymity that comes with it. So you don't have to swipe on a person and actually deal with them in person. You're not getting looked at in person, so you can't say that. Like, think about how many people might say, yeah, I would fuck this type of girl, but they really wouldn't, but they're only saying that because they're being looked at. Whereas if they're actually on Tinder, they're just going to swipe past that person instead of lying to you, saying that they would, you know.
So is it going off likes?
Well, to a certain
To
extent.
an extent.
Because it's a bunch of different shit going into it that shows the amount of sexual activity within. But it shows that 80% of the women are going after the top 10 to 20% of the men. Most men aren't fucking.
That's hard to believe. I'm ashamed of you fellas out there.
I mean, don't say you ashamed. say
I'm
you
not
understand.
ashamed, but
But you gotta be
y'all
real.
need to get
No.
y'all need to get
All right,
y'all
so
game
all right, no. Here's another thing you got to think about, right? You do know a large percentage. I'm not sure if it's the majority, but a large percentage of our country is obese.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, myself included, right?
It's like 40%.
Something like that. So to be a fit man at base raises your value to a certain level, right? So if you're fit and then you grow up with a certain amount of confidence, if you've had certain mentors growing up, you're gonna raise your value again to a certain level. So when certain men get pussy growing up, they might think it's easy because of how easy it was for them. They might not necessarily consider other people's like experiences growing up, so on and so forth. So as you get your experiences, you peep how it is, other people are struggling. You might have certain views that all men share because of your experience with women. And all women are the same just like all men are the same. But we're all different, but we're all the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
But other people don't get those experiences. You grew up with a certain amount of confidence that lets you approach a girl, whereas other dudes are pussy. Straight up pussy. Like, it is what it is.
Basically.
Niggas is pussy. And if you don't grow up with that right amount of
Shout
confidence,
out my nigga Chris.
damn, son,
Damn.
disrespectful.
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna let that one in because we don't gotta know who Chris is. The other one, like when I was all like specific and shit,
Yeah.
that's different. But we can leave that one.
Yeah.
When she said that, it kind of.
He not watching it anyway. Fuck.
I mean,
I
he
know
might
he
tune
not.
into this one because
He
he's
not.
loyal on this.
He not watching this shit. I know he not fucking
The
watching this
viewers are
shit.
gonna know who we talking about.
Yeah, because we keep it consistent in this motherfucker, bro.
All right, but off him though, off him, off him.
Facts.
So back to what you were saying.
Closing statement.
Okay. If I do a closing statement, I'll say this, right? Touching on the original topic. Women might not necessarily experience post-nut clarity in the way men experience post-nut clarity.
Right.
I feel as though men use that term specifically because of how you would act prior to the nut versus after the nut. Whereas women have a deeper reason as to why they fucked in the first place, regardless of the nut.
Right.
I personally known women who had boyfriends who they were in love with who could not make them orgasm, but they loved to have sex with them. It just is what it is. Whereas a nigga wants his nut. A nigga will hit up an ugly bitch with some fire pussy. Will he wife her? Probably not. But we get clarity on why we're doing certain things. Now, when we get into the other parts of the conversation where we're talking about what should you require of your woman, what attracts a woman to another man, what makes you keep your woman, I feel like those are conversations we could have every day. We could have these conversations every day with different people, and we're going to get different answers. Now, I want you to come back on, Jordan.
For sure.
I want you to come back on, but I need you to just start using your 5 fingers and just if you ain't got
I
it.
got something to say. I say it.
I call cap on that. I call cap
press the
on that.
button on that one.
But see, look, the reason I say that is
You wouldn't
because
suck
if
your
you
teeth,
got
you
something to
just say
say,
what you wanted to
I think
say.
if you got something to say, you're gonna make a face and suck your teeth. I don't think you're gonna say it. You're gonna say what you feel comfortable saying, but if you got something you really want to say, but you know you shouldn't say it, you're gonna suck your teeth and make a face.
We gonna hear a
If
bit.
you got something to say that you feel is acceptable, you'll say it. But you focusing on what's acceptable and permissible. You focusing on the potential of who may or may not see this and what they might think of you after you say what you say. What I realize is that at the end of the day, right? This is on YouTube. This is on Anchor. This is on Apple Podcasts. This is on Spotify. This is on Castbox. This is damn near every streaming platform you can think of. This shit is on. I am who I am, and I adapt and adjust every day. My opinions will adapt and adjust every day. If I say some shit somebody don't agree with, it is what it is. Feel how you want to feel about it. We can have the conversation, but I will not bite my tongue out of fear of repercussions.
I'm not biting my tongue if I just give the other side.
Nah, you bite your tongue when you say
Keep
no
talking
comment.
about the other side.
You bite your tongue when you say no comment. And that
You
is
gotta see
what it
devil's
is.
advocate.
It is what it is. But you peep how we talk on this pod, bro. You peep how we talk. You knew what it was, and you lucky you ain't drink as much as us.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I feel like you would have let some shit spill.
9:20.
But realistically, it is what it is.
You let some shit spill.
Yeah. But, I mean, well, let's get closing statements. Jordan, you start first. We're going to circle.
If you give the other side, it's not devil's advocate. I'm just giving the other
That,
side.
hold up, that's
I'm not.
definition
That's
of
literally-
devil's
that's the definition of
advocate.
devil's
Yeah,
advocate,
wait,
bro.
I'm lit. But if I give the other side, I'm not being simple. I'm not trying to plead the fifth. I'm just giving the other side, and that's what I'm standing on.
I think from now on he just need to put his 5 fingers up.
Yeah, facts.
Because honestly,
Man.
Just
niggas
put
not
your 5
asking for the
fingers
other
up.
side. Niggas
Yeah.
asking for your opinion.
Yeah, just
niggas
your
not
side.
asking for the other
Your
side.
side.
Fuck the other side.
Man,
Fuck the other side, nigga. We not worried about the other side.
What's
We
the
worried
point?
about what you feel.
That's the
Bullshit.
point, though.
What?
That's
Well,
the
you said
point.
what's the point of what?
That's the point. Well,
Giving the other side is the point.
yeah.
So wait.
Why
No.
no? Because I'm saying like, why would you just want to know one side?
Well, because at the end of the day, we're talking about the man's side and the woman's side. So as men, we could discuss our side, but we have no right to discuss how a woman thinks. We could discuss statistics and we could discuss women behavior, but we can't discuss women thought without a woman present.
So it's like basically you're not speaking from a man's perspective. You said you're speaking from the other side.
Nah,
so you're
he's speaking from a
woman's-
fucking half a tongue's perspective.
like third person type. shit.
Nah, I said half a
Bars.
tongue. Like he bit his shit off, and like he got that shit in his pocket, and like he only can get out certain syllables. Like, but it's cool. It's cool. See now, cause you do me a favor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask all my homies in relationships these questions. Would you bring your girl for an episode?
Hell no.
And why not? Answer it honestly.
I don't know how to answer that.
You do. Be honest. You know how to answer
Big
it.
cap, no bullshit.
All you gotta do is be. Hold on. This is what I'm assuming you want to say. You want to be like, yo, keep it a buck, bro.
I mean, if she was up to it, she could do it. But
Nah, no. See, look. All right, let me break down my thoughts on this real quick, cause I feel like I'm a good energy reader to a point.
whatever she say don't matter to me.
I just. All right, look. Let me get my thoughts out real quick.
Nah.
I feel as though, to some extent, you would want her to come on the pod for the conversation.
Mhm.
At the same time, I believe that you fear the repercussions of said conversation. I believe that you think if she comes on this pod, our views will entice her and anger her. I believe that you believe that having her come onto this pod will lead to conversations you don't want to deal with post pod, will lead to negative energy that you have to deal with the repercussions of. I believe that you look at this as something that is unnecessary because you don't feel like dealing with the repercussions.
Okay, so what if she get up there and says the same thing I said and doesn't get mad?
Then that's just good content then.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just conversation.
Yeah.
So why can't that be the woman I'm looking for? Or
Well, no, because a
We
woman's
talking about
gonna
bringing
say
her
that
the
shit.
pot.
That's not. Hold up, but a woman could say, "Yeah, I want a man that makes a lot of money and supports me making a lot of money." She could say that, but you don't listen to what women say. You pay attention to their actions.
for sure.
If you honestly feel like she would say the same shit that you would say, what's the harm in bringing her on the pod?
That's what I said. It's not up to me. It's up to her. She want to do it. She want to do it.
But we asked you if you would invite your girl on the pod.
I would
You said
never
no.
invite her, but
You
if
would
she want
never
to do it,
Hold on,
invite her.
hold on.
So
Oh, you
Nigga, we asking you to invite your joint.
Yeah, so
That's what we
he's
asking.
basically
That's what we
saying,
asking you to do.
How would
So
she
why-
even know if
why-
you're not even asking? How would she know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We asking you. You said no. Why you saying no?
Wait, hold on. I got a question for you. Do she know you on this podcast right now?
no,
She doesn't know you're on this
No.
podcast. Are you gonna show her this podcast?
it might get sent to her.
By you or
Hold on.
someone else,
Someone else.
but you wouldn't show it.
So you wouldn't tell her like, yeah, babe, like.
If
I
she
was on
see
the
it, she see it.
podcast.
Ain't no wrong.
Hold up. Do you want her to see this? Like,
It
do you desire for her to see this?
It doesn't matter to me.
I
if she
asked you
does
a
it,
question. Do you desire for her to see this?
I don't care if she
He
does.
said he doesn't.
Do you desire
No.
so you don't want her to see it?
No, I just don't care if she does or doesn't.
I want you to invite your joint on the pod.
Damn.
When you invite your joint on the pod, this is how you deal with niggas.
And no.
Why not? Why would you not invite her on this pod?
Why would I?
Hold up, cause I asked you to.
That was the whole question.
The fuck? Cause I asked you to.
Wow.
This is how you get him. Listen.
He said this
I-
how you get him.
Hold up, we're right.
Listen, y'all. He said this how you get him.
I asked you to invite your joint on the pod.
Mhm.
You was like, no. You was like, cause no reason to.
If she see this,
The
and wanna do it,
reason
just you wanna
for
do
you
it.
to ask your joint on the pod was
No.
because I want your joint on the pod. I would like to see her response to some of these questions.
Okay, what if I do and she says no? Then what?
We're not assholes. We're not going to disrespect nobody. It's just
No, I'm
like
saying, but
difference of opinion.
If she
It's
say
like
no,
niggas
then
have.
what?
If she say no, but your energy
Yeah.
making me so. I feel like you more likely
My
to lie to
energy.
us and
Like
say
we
she
don't
said
care
no.
if she says
It's-
no,
it's her
but
actually
if she
saying no.
says no
Uh-huh.
and feels a way about the situation, you got to deal with it, and you just don't want to deal with that, and you put it on us. We have no problem with whatever your Jones says. We don't give a fuck. We're not. If she pop off, it's like okay, it's like cool
I got it.
type shit.
Listen, we gonna ask him that once the pod over.
Yeah.
We
Well,
gonna
alright.
get into
We
that.
gonna get into that.
But alright, I feel like we talked about a lot in this one. We kind of got into. We're gonna have to have you back on, Jordan. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm
Well, your girl.
gonna see. Nah, it wasn't a tag team, but I'm gonna give you a nickname for the pod. I'm gonna call you Contro,
What does that mean?
Contra.
as in
Yeah.
contradiction. Like Contro, I'm gonna call you Contro, cause like on some real, I feel like you was capping, but we ain't got the button yet. And at certain points, you knew what you wanted to say.
that button gonna get pressed a lot.
Yo, it really will be. It really will be. We gonna have to be cool with it.
We're gonna have to replace the sensor.
But it's like, yo, Contro. Because, like, I feel like you agree in certain points, but you know the repercussions of admitting it publicly. Whereas I'm at a point now, personally, where
So
I
I
don't.
can't. Oh, my fault.
Yeah, you good.
So I can't disagree and it not be kept.
No, you could disagree, but it's when cap is cap. That's all I'm saying. Like, you could disagree and it not be cap.
Straight. And if y'all don't know what cap is, it's straight bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a cap is always gonna be cap. Like, so if I listen to you and you being honest with me and it's a disagreement, that's all good. But then when you say something and you frame it as a disagreement, and I'm like, yo, that's some bullshit. So I ask you questions that dig deeper into it, and you end up agreeing with me in what I said in the first place. Then that's just some cap. That's all that is. That's a little bit of bullshit that I had to wipe off and get some wet wipes and clean it up, and then we figured out that it was good. It's like
Honestly.
that's all it is. Like it's like we having a conversation. It's like you ever ate some bad food. I feel like this conversation was like some bad food for you, and I was like your nurse. Pause. It's like, yo, you ate some shit. We having this conversation. Your stomach getting a little bubbly. Like you trying to maintain the convo, but then you just gotta take a shit. I gotta pass you some wipes. We gotta wipe that shit off, and now you clean again, and we back into the convo. Whole time you agreeing with me, but every time some bullshit come out, I gotta pass you a wipe, and then you end up agreeing with me. That's how I feel. Now I feel like you just mad, or no, not mad. You're concerned that your girl will be mad, and she not gonna accept the wipes when they get passed to her, and you gonna have to deal with the bullshit.
What if I only? What
That
if I?
backlash.
Factory.
I feel like you're not even gonna have that conversation, so her stomach don't even bubble, and you don't even need to be there with some wipes. I'm saying I'm willing to have that conversation regardless of how much you shit. I got.
He's
unlimited
like, why
wipes.
deal with them stomach problems?
I'm saying that stomach problem gonna boost your immune system. Hit a wipe so you can deal with it.
Yeah.
You like, yo,
You
I'm
got
not.
that stomach virus.
At this point, you at a
You
point
gotta
where
get rid of it.
you're
man.
not even trying to help your girl get healthy. You
Yeah.
want to let her be sick.
But if we could bypass the stomach virus, then
I
It's
mean,
like
it's
you want to
no
be
bypassing.
constipated then.
The only way to get
The
healthy.
virus there. The virus
Nah.
there. It's just
All right,
like you want to hold that
hold
shit
on.
in.
You know how cowpox works.
Constipated.
You
Nah.
know about cowpox.
nah.
Back in the day, motherfuckers would get sick dealing with cows and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they peeped that during the summer they wouldn't really get sick like that, and then during the winter they would get sick. And then they peeped that they got a certain amount of vitamin D from the sunlight. They got a certain amount of nourishment from the sunlight, so they're less likely to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, hey, if we take this bacteria from the cows, we poke the cow with a needle, we hit the pus, whatever the fuck bacteria, and then we prick ourselves with it during the summertime, we'll get sick. But we got the sunlight to nourish us, so we'll beat it. That way during the winter we don't get sick. It's kind of like that. You deal with certain shit. You gotta deal with certain bullshit in order to get healthy. You gotta take the vaccine. Like we talking about this COVID vaccine. They tell you get sick for a couple of days and then you better. It's like regardless of what it is. Sometimes sometimes it's a shot that you take it, and then your arm hurt for the next day, but you needed to take it.
Right.
It's like you're afraid to give your girl the vaccine. You're afraid to give your girl a shot. You're afraid of her having diarrhea for a few days, and you not trying to be there to wipe her ass. Pause. If you really love her, you gonna tell her
Nah,
the
no
truth. And if
bullshit.
she really love you, she gonna stay with you and fall in line. And if she don't, then start the fucking clock.
I agree. Here you go.
No, speak your
What if
mind.
I don't want the vaccine?
I mean, it's not about you. It's about her. If
Well,
you don't
what if
want
I
the
don't want her to get the vaccine?
But the whole point is, if she don't get the vaccine and you don't want her to get the vaccine, then she just gonna die. I'm gonna break up. Like I said, start the clock.
Wait, but you just said she didn't want the vaccine.
No,
She don't.
But she has to get it.
She has to get it, and he has to
So
require
there's
her. to get
never.
it.
So she's always gonna die if she doesn't get the vaccine.
If a woman doesn't fall in line to her man, she's always gonna be single. Outside of beta male observers,
Unless
Beta
she
male providers.
finds one of you guys out there that's soft.
yo,
Not
no,
even
yo,
that.
hold on,
It
yo,
doesn't work.
no, repeat
Listen.
after me. Hold on, real quick. Repeat after me. Beta male provider.
Beta male provider.
There we go. If a woman is going about her life, she's looking for a man.
Right.
She wants a big, strong, attractive, successful provider. If
Right.
she doesn't find that, she will accept a nigga with money that can take care of her financially, take care of her needs, and she'll cheat on him with the bigger, stronger, attractive nigga.
Right.
That nigga paying the bills is called the beta male provider. Remember that term.
Alright.
As a man,
provider.
beta male
Yep.
provider. Fuck that. Never trying to be. But
Me neither.
back to Rollo
Ever.
Tomasi's second book. He brought up another thing. He was like, the frequency of sex goes down when a woman is making more decisions than a man.
Definitely.
It was like when a woman could be making more money, but if her man makes most of the decisions in the household,
Mm-hmm.
the sexual frequency is heightened type shit.
Right.
You're getting more sex. She's more into you
Exactly.
Right.
by that. Women are naturally submissive.
Right.
Fellas, if your woman out there making a decision, you need to count your days.
Not even that. It's certain
Start
decisions.
the fucking
And
clock.
they said the sexual frequency is heightened if a man is doing like yard work and changing the oil,
Mhm.
as opposed to doing laundry
Right.
and cooking.
Right.
Why you look at me?
Nah, I thought you just had something to,
Nah,
something to add on.
Now, realistically,
But that's
niggas
real
think you
shit.
disagree.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Niggas think you disagree.
Women want you to be a man.
Yo, let's say you suck that car shit, Jordan.
I do.
Would you feel comfortable calling your girl if you got a flat tire?
If she knows how to do
If
it.
she know how to do it, then
You don't think she gonna look down on you for that?
no.
Why not?
Listen.
Hold on.
Let Jordan,
hold on.
let Jordan
Hold
speak.
on.
Why
Why
she not?
not?
If she know how to do it, then what's the problem? If
You
she
don't-
know I don't know how to, then
So, all right. So one more time. So if if you were living in a cabin with your girl and all y'all had was a sword for protection, and you like were asleep, she was asleep, and a bear broke into the crib and it had to be killed. She knows how to use a sword. You're comfortable with her killing the bear instead of you because she know how to use a sword?
did she get up first? Cause I seen you ask this on the last.
Sure.
part. If she
Yeah,
got up
she
first,
got up
hell
first.
yeah.
You comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm
All
perfectly
right. So
fine
let
with
me
it.
ask
My
you
day
deeper. Do you think she's comfortable with that?
She killed it, right?
No, but do you not see that her killing the bear without you shows that she doesn't need you, and implies that she's probably gonna look at you lesser?
No.
Why not? I'm sorry, Tom.
No, why not?
Cause I don't. It's just
Give me a reason. Give me logic. Don't just when you say "cause I don't," that's because you feel a way. When you say "because" and then you list certain things, that's because you broke it down logically and you have reason. Give me reason and logic, not
Why does
feeling.
this make sense to you?
Why is it okay for you to?
because
for you
if
to go?
she's already up and she knows how to kill the bear, why does it need to me to wake me up, waste time, wake me up, and then I gotta go kill
Okay,
it?
so in that particular scenario, right, there is no need. Because if she kills the bear and she knows how to kill the bear, she's going to kill the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I ask the follow question, most niggas got nothing to say. So why does she need you?
What's wrong with her not needing?
No, I'm asking, why does she need you?
I get it.
Just give me one reason why she needs you. That's not children. If she can kill a bear and she can do all that other shit, why does she need you?
Mentally.
What do you mean?
What if I mentally give her peace?
You think
Whoa,
women
whoa,
want
whoa,
peace?
whoa, whoa,
I'm
Time out. You got the rules completely reversed.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like that's what niggas universal out of all men, they say I want a woman that brings me peace.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you said if a woman can kill a bear and you bring her peace, she is basically a fucking man.
So your shorty don't get wild sometimes, and then when she get around you, she be calm.
Killing a bear is completely different. Hold up, hold up, what are we talking about?
We keep switching the scenario.
No, we not. We ain't switch shit. Hold up, tell me, we ain't switch shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got it fucked up. Yo, I got you. We boxed you in.
He said, what am I needed for the woman?
Yes. Cause she's basically a man at
So-
that point.
Do you feel needed?
Yeah, I feel you, but like, why can't it be? She has to need me in order for her to be. What y'all saying?
It's female shooters, right? But female shooter will only date a nigga who is
That's
more
not
savage
true.
than she is.
That's so not true.
Why do you feel like that?
Because I know a couple of people.
You know some female
I know
shooters
some female shooters
with some
that
bitch ass niggas
with some bitch ass niggas.
in happy long term relationships, like 5 years or more.
You said 5 years? No. Is that what you saying? That's what you saying?
I mean, I don't want to lean too much into it because I'm surprised off your first answer. I mean, like, because when we say shooter, we're not literally saying shooter, bro. We're talking about just women of a certain caliber.
That's where he lost me.
Like, nah, but I kind of get where he's coming at to a certain point. But my issue is this, right? Twan, you were saying, if you got the woman that's on some shooter shit, she need a nigga that's more gangster than her to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I ask you, do you know women that are shooters that are with niggas that's some bitches?
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because on one hand, a woman wants somebody that's better than her at all times.
And I'm just saying
But-
that's always
But
not the case.
no, I believe it always is the case. But I feel like based on your perspective, you're looking at it from an all or nothing opposed to the percentage on each individual spot.
Okay.
Attractiveness,
Mhm.
provision, and being able to protect. Are you physically healthy and capable? Do you have the money? And are you somebody I can respect? That's what women look at when it comes to niggas. So a woman can be more gangster than you, ready to pull out a gun, ready to kill. But if you maintain your alpha in a certain way, you provide the money. She knows she could kill a nigga, but you could kill a nigga too, but she first at it. If she respects your gangster to a certain point, if she respects you, she will stay with you. It's not about what she does, it's about you and how she sees you.
I got you.
At all times, it's about how the woman sees their man. Because you could be a nigga with money, and as soon as somebody with more money come up, you a bitch. And that's just the way it is. It's not about the reality, it's about the perception. Women are perceptive. They're emotional, they're social. They read energy differently.
Wrap this up.
Nah, I'm with you. But honestly, we got onto a lot of shit for real.
Sure.
This was a good topic. This was a good pod.
Man,
We gotta come back and
this was dope. You gotta come back.
yeah,
You gotta come back too. West Philly snow, nigga.
Yeah.
Snowman in the building.
that's real. But like I said, this was another one for you. It's your boy Gravity the Beast, the Big Cap.
Twan the real nigga. Fuck you, man.
Right.
OG, your mother's boyfriend.
Snowman, you
I'm
already
mad
know.
you got that title now.
Right.
Phil
That
is
shit
dope.
is Phil. That shit is dope.
It's cat.
Alright, yo, so follow the page, like, subscribe, share, peep the Instagram, Big Cap _ MBS. Y'all wanna promo y'all Instagrams real quick?
No,
WB Snow.
underscore
Yeah, nigga, you ain't got no pictures.
WP underscore Snow. SWO.
Right. But yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
So we good.
Yeah.
This was it. It's the big cap. We gonna come back at you. Deuces.